Welcome to J is for Justice podcast. If live breaking news and following true crime is your thing, then please consider subscribing to my channel. And if you like what you see in my videos, please consider giving them a thumbs up. Good afternoon and happy Saturday, everybody. Welcome back to J is for Justice. My name is Jay and I am your host. Thank you for joining today as we dive into more of the Nancy Guthrie missing case. We do have JLR, who's been boots on the ground since yesterday. He flew into Tucson. So we're going to be tuning into him when he goes live. But we're going to do some updates first while we wait for JLR to get geared up over there in Tucson. Thank you guys for coming in today. I really appreciate it. Hello, Cheryl. Let's see who else we had. OG Feisty, the Vogue mod, is here. Please hit the like button, like she said. What up, Passion for Victims? Franny. Hello, Miss Germany. Shortcake Girl said, smoke 'em if you got 'em, friends. It's good to see you guys. Jen Fisher, hello. Flobo is here. Hello. Christine. Why haven't we seen anything from the sister-in-law? Good question. Good question. Hey, NH girl. Stay low. Thank you for becoming a member today. I appreciate that. Welcome in to the Truthers.
So is that a joint?
So a joint, or is that a cigar?
Or is it a cigar?
Hello, Ginny. Hello, an edible bloom. I know I'm saying that wrong. Hello, Aussie. Good to see you. Hey, Nanya. Good to see you, babe. Good to see all of you. Hey, stay humble. I appreciate you guys tuning in. This is something I've been just glued to, you guys, just glued to. And that's why I have some updates from the X to share with you guys today. But JLR, I'm going to keep checking. He's going to be going live soon. And if he doesn't, we do have a lot that he's already covered since he got there, which is wild. So let's start with my updates from X that I saved since we last convened on this case. I know that you guys have probably seen a lot of this stuff already, but we're going to go over it anyways. Yay, Jen Fisher. I know it is really sad, Grammy. As every day goes by, hey, Garbage Girl. As every day goes by, it's like you wonder what this woman's gone through and what she's gone to. I'm more glued to this than my dreads. My dreads aren't glued in, baby. It's my real hair. Maple, good to see you. Oh, is that Kim Maple? Hey, Maple. Aloha, Kalohi. Hello, Pink October. Good to see you. I know he said an hour ago now he was going live in 20 minutes. So we'll see. We're going to go over all this stuff. So we've got a lot to cover. So we'll give him time, like I said, to get geared up. Let's get right into it, guys. The first update is, and I know some of these might be a little old, but I haven't gone over them yet. So I want to go over everything so I know everything, because I haven't had time to look at everything. So this one is reporting that there was a suspicious white van that a neighbor reported on the block days before Nancy went missing. This says neighbors reported spotting a suspicious white van parked on their street. And Brett McIntyre is the neighbor. He told the Post on Thursday that he reported the unmarked van to police, who asked him basic questions about what he observed in the days leading up to the disappearance of Nancy. He said it was somewhere on that street. It was a white van, full-sized, with no printing on the side. It was parked on the street, said McIntyre. He lives across the street from Nancy. He said normally people that are coming to work on your home will have a company vehicle, or if they're independent, something written on it, the 72-year-old added. That's a good point, right? Most vans are marked in some way, shape, or form. And someone did notice that the roof of Nancy's house, the roof is really, really white. And her neighbor had said that she had her roof done recently. So we're going to have to get into that as well. Nina, welcome in. Welcome in. Hello, Alicia. Hey, Delaney. Good to see you. Shelbean. It's good to see all of you guys today. He said, from now on, when I'm going out and about, I'll have a paper and pen and record anything unusual. And his wife, Lisa, said they're now considering getting a security camera, despite having a pretty secure residence. She said, Brett and I were talking, and we thought, well, we should probably get one, too. We have a pretty secure residence. Metal doors. I'm kind of a deep sleeper, so it's unlikely someone could get past one of the metal doors, but we're a little concerned. The McIntyres couldn't recall the exact day they spotted the van. So the Post reached out to the sheriff, but they didn't get any information about this van. So that's that one. And I'm sorry, I have the sniffles a little bit. Thank you for subbing up, Nancy's Can't Sleep YouTube Cafe. Okay, the next one we saw this. This is the character Derek Kalila. Thank you, Salty, for gifting a membership. Grammy Cheryl, welcome in. So this is the character David Kalila who sent the text to Annie and her boyfriend, husband, whatever. Hi, Penny. Whatever you want to call it. I don't know. Is he boyfriend? Is he? What is he? Did we ever get clarification? But regardless, this is the guy that tried to collect money. And then he told the feds that he was just seeing if the family would answer, right? So then he gets arrested and he's out. He's out on $20,000 bond. Hey, Ark. Hello, Clayton. Seriously, though, he's out on $20,000 bond. This guy. I don't know what's in his ear. I don't know. I can't. Do you guys think this guy is involved, or do you think he was just trying to pull a scam? Like, what is this guy's story? He's in a band that is the same genre as Tommaso. Italian Patsy? Yeah, he got out. JLR said he found their marriage license. Oh, okay, thank you. Cal, you were watching him earlier. He said he's going to go out and show the neighborhood soon. It does look like a big safety pin. Yep, that's him. So he's out. I don't know what's going on. He just wanted to get my attention, Johnson. A neighbor whose backyard touches Nancy Guthrie's backyard just told reporters outside the home that she came to try to report a tip to detectives. She would not elaborate, but she saw something and wanted to report it. See that? That's from Michael Ruiz. We also have our friends at Fox Digital out there today. Hey, Kels. Oh, that's Epstein updates. Okay. Here's another one. Police in Nancy Guthrie case going door to door. The suspect may live in Annie's neighborhood or stalk Nancy or traveled through her neighborhood. So we have a video here from our friends at Fox.
Will you all be canvassing the entirety of the neighborhood?
We can't answer this question right now.
So the question was, will you be canvassing the neighborhood? We can't answer your questions right now. Look at this guy with his Yorkie. He must be a neighbor. Did you guys see him? Right here. Brian Ensign talked to a neighbor that was trying to find the cops to talk to him about people hanging around the neighborhood yesterday. Thank you, Indy Moon. I appreciate you, girl. Paul McCartney used to have a winter home in the foothills. Random fun fact. Look at that. German Shepherd's about to eat them up. All right, so that is from Fox. We have more videos too. This one is something was spotted being taken out of Nancy Guthrie's house by investigators, covered by a blanket. Did you guys hear this? Did you guys hear this?
House, and then the person...
The thing that was taken out of the house.
Well,
Let's
really
drill down
quick,
on that and the time on that.
I think the main thing to take away, because again, we don't know what this object was, but we were told crime scene open backed up. Yeah, sure. Other agencies want to look. We know something that was covered up was taken from the house. And then the person that saw this, who very reliable source out there covering, the crime scene was done after that. So caught something being taken from the home, and then the crime scene was done. So that's something that I want to know. What was that? And they've been asked, have you found something? But they're not, as you know, they're not going to say something that they have found or an identifying factor of a crime scene that could link someone directly to the...
You know, there's just so many reports from so many different news people that we're getting all kinds of little nuggets everywhere.
The crime. They're going to keep that stuff behind closed doors until later on.
Right, or perhaps, you know, an item that they're taking back for some testing, some analysis that, you know, found something on it that maybe, you know, looks like blood, looks like some type of DNA. It you know, obviously could be any number of things.
Anything.
All right, hang on. Let me replay that. I want to hear that again.
The thing that was taken out of the house.
Well,
Let's
really
drill down
quick,
on that and the time on that.
I think the main thing to take away, because again, we don't know what this object was, but we were told crime scene open backed up. Yeah, sure. Other agencies want to look. We know something that was covered up was taken from the house. And then the person that saw this, who very reliable source out there covering
was this item?
The crime scene was done after that. So caught something being taken from the home, and then the crime scene was done. So that's something that I want to know.
Okay, so something was carried out, covered with a blanket. And then they left. So that's all we know about that item. But some of you are saying that you heard it was electronics. Okay, the next one is this guy posted this and he said, hold up. Did Stuart Kaplan on Fox News just say a home health care attendant may be involved in Nancy Guthrie's disappearance? Are the Somalis in Arizona too? Let's listen to this clip. See what it's about.
Has a lot more information.
Ooh, it's low.
Is a pacemaker in modern times does in fact transmit information to the clinician or her doctors. That information also would be very helpful and useful to the FBI. I think the FBI has a lot more information. I think they're circling in with respect to a home care attendant or someone who looked after her.
Okay, so he just said, I think they're zeroing in on a home care attendant or someone who looked out for her. No, that wasn't her house. I'm sorry. That's the neighbors. They were canvassing the neighborhood. So what, hang on, let me show you guys the captions because it's really low. This person taped this from their TV. Taped. You can see how old I am. Hi, Mama Bear. Hey, Passion.
Number two is a pacemaker in modern times does in fact
transmit
information to the clinician or her doctors. That information also would be very helpful and useful to the FBI. I think the FBI has a lot more information. I think they're circling in with respect to a home care attendant or someone who looked after her or who dropped in to watch her. This is a targeted attack, and again, I think this is kind of like a cat and mouse type of scenario where the FBI is trying to flush this individual or these individuals out. I wonder, number two, is a pacemaker in modern times does in fact transmit information to the clinician or her doctors. That information also would be very, very helpful and useful to the FBI. I think the FBI has a lot more information. I think they're circling in with respect to a home care attendant or someone who looked after her or who dropped in to watch her. This is a targeted attack, and again, I think this is kind of like a cat and mouse type of scenario where the FBI is trying to flush this individual or these individuals out. I wonder.
So what do you think of that, you guys? I hope you could hear it better. I boosted the audio for you. So he's making it like, oh, the FBI would be looking at someone who would be stopping in to check on her or someone who was taking care of her. Maybe not someone even professional. Maybe was her daughter a caregiver of hers? I don't know. He doesn't know. No, it's just interesting talking points, right? We have another one. In the days leading up to Nancy Guthrie's disappearance, neighbors reported seeing the van. Okay, that's the van again. That's the van report. So this is a clip of Savannah and Trump at the, I'm not going to play that right now, at the presidential debates. Here's another thing Matt Black posted. Tommaso, his Facebook page has been removed. And his Instagram. Tommaso's Facebook and Instagram are gone. I mean, are you surprised at that? I don't know. Hey, Brandon. I'm not really surprised at it. Hey, Jeff. But he removed his band stuff. I guess there's not going to be any performances in their near future. A friend, a neighbor, friend of a worker who worked at her house. It had to be, yes, passion for victims. It has to be someone who knew the home. They've already kind of established that. Did you see SF's post about a private airplane? I didn't. Okay, let's keep going. We've got lots. Here's another one. What in the world? An Amazon driver was able to walk up to the Nancy Guthrie house and deliver a package. Why didn't the sheriff secure the house? Here's another clip from this.
This sheriff's department has no idea what they're doing. A lot of people have heard about this story. They have questions about the timeline. They have questions about, what's going on. But really, it seems to me, and I'm just going to say as a guy looking from outside, that this sheriff's department has no idea what they're doing because they keep changing the story. They keep putting out facts that they then change or they have to walk back.
Hold on. That's entirely too loud. I need to turn that shiz down. I'm so sorry.
First they say kidnapping, then they're trying to say, oh, we're not sure if it's a kidnapping. That's just my sort of look at this as, prior military officer, that when you're running something like this, you want to be very specific. And it seems like they're paying fast and loose. Plus, they were going back. They cleared the home of a crime scene. Then they came back and said, oh, actually, it is a crime scene. Put the tape back up. There was a presser just now. What is going on?
Yeah, well, I think your senses are spot on. And I think a lot of people now are saying, why in the world was that crime scene cleared Monday evening? We know it was cleared Monday evening because, one, in the Tuesday press conference, Sheriff Chris Nano said it was. And two, reporters outside the house on Monday saw an Amazon delivery driver walk up to the front steps that we now know has Nancy Guthrie's blood still on it and dropped off a package. And then now they have other investigations. In the press conference that just wrapped up, they said, well, other agencies wanted to go back and look at the crime scene. So they opened it back up for that. But it's been open for 48 hours where people can go up to the door like you're seeing right there in that video where you see the Ring doorbell camera missing and you see the blood on the steps. And so that, to me, anyone that has any experience working these criminal investigations, why rush and clear that crime scene? Why?
I think they're more so, I don't think they're blaming the delivery driver. However, we did have a little girl that was kidnapped by a like FedEx driver or something in Texas, and she was murdered. So it does happen. Unfortunately, it does. However, I think what they're saying is, why was a delivery man able to go and even drop off a package? You know what I mean? Oh, Megan and Trisha blamed a delivery driver? Is that what I'm understanding? The Idaho 4, though, Koberger's, that was a whole mess. They lied and lied and lied. Jeff says any evidence found after Monday is contaminated, I'm sure, and would probably be thrown out if there's a trial. The crime scene was compromised, wasn't it? Crazy. Oh, right here. Daily Mail. Savannah Guthrie's Today Show colleagues forced into humiliating apology for cruel bitching behind her back amid Nancy abduction? I haven't seen this. This is Tucson, Arizona. See what this is about. It's behind a freaking paywall. Damn you. Have you guys heard anything about that? Here's another one. This is from yesterday. These are the billboards that are going up. Have any of you guys in the area or in the surrounding states seen any of the billboards? Let us know in the chat if you have personally seen. There was someone yesterday who saw one in New Mexico. So let me know. Hey, Dreams. Hey, Linda. Hey, Franny Melville. These are the billboards that went up, and I'm kind of a little torn on things because they also announced that they have like beavers or something that are trained helping to look for her. Some kind of sea creature. They have trained, and I'm like, why don't we do this? Why don't we throw one of those beavers into the river there that flows through Nashville where all these bodies are? I mean, what's going on? They're pulling everything out. Even sea animals, they're saying, are trying to help find Nancy Guthrie. I know, Gyps, you're close by. You're close by. So the FBI is putting these up. Let me see if I can find that report for you. I thought that was the wildest thing. I don't know if they're sea urchin. What are they? Otters? Trained otters. Hang on, I'll show you. Nancy Guthrie. And I don't know if they're just trying to get attention. But this is nuts, dude. Maybe it wasn't Nancy. Maybe I just didn't read it right. Hold on. Maybe this happened in Florida.
Tonight, an extraordinary tool in the search for a missing Pensacola woman, a specially trained otter.
I didn't click on it. It's an otter. But why don't they do this for everybody? Why are we just now hearing about this?
Yes, an otter. You heard correctly.
Sorry,
Pensacola
little
police
sidebar, learning channel here.
is bringing in this trained animal yesterday as that search intensified.
The otter can do what very few other animals can, and he's helped with missions across the country. Our Claudia Nichols joining us now with what happened.
Claudia, was she found?
She was, Lenise and Cameron. Police say she was located safe in a different area. Now, officers say the otter named Splash was on scene.
Oh my God, Splash! Can we get Splash out there? I told you I wasn't lying though, y'all. That's crazy. I thought it was for Nancy Guthrie. My bad. I should have clicked on it. It just said for missing woman, and I thought nobody else is being talked about right now as a missing woman other than Nancy Guthrie. So that was my mistake. I've never heard of such a thing either. Oh, Catch, relax. The news isn't going anywhere. The news is not going anywhere, Catch. All right, the next one is current situation where I've been restricted to. This was yesterday when they kicked the media out. I just thought this was kind of a cool visual, if you will, of the terrain. But they're still flying drones. So here is yesterday. Nancy Guthrie's car is in the garage. So this was prior to last night when they towed the car away. Here's an investigator actually pointing at something as they were there yesterday. There's a ladder at Nancy Guthrie's house. Can you guys see that ladder? I don't know how the otter would do in a desert, Robin. Hey, I have Modine. That's cool. You're at the home of the Cooterville. So I love the thought of the otter. It's amazing. But anyways, here's an aerial view of Nancy's yard. The roof. Here's a closer up. She's got a sliding glass door right here. Hello, Miss Holly. It is a big house, but she's owned it for many, many years, y'all. They've lived there for a long time, so they probably raised their kids here or had their kids in the house. Let's see if we can read this one. It says he was torched. We'll skip him. Sorry, guys. Hold on. My dogs say hi, by the way. But here is the floodlight that they denied was smashed. You guys heard the press conference where he said, we never said there was anything smashed. Hold on, guys. I think something's getting dropped off. We need a pet otter in Cooterville, NH. They are my security. They don't mess around. Did they take this down? Oh, and look, there's a butterfly flying around right by it. Summer and Bella, there must be a delivery. I don't know what's going on. They're not stopping. So usually it's pretty quick, but not today. Not today. Not a day. Not a day. Oh, it's coming. Knock on my door. Nice. Hey, Glass Evidence. Thanks for chiming in. Let me know that. So there's the not smashed light. It's like we can see these things ourselves, right? So here's another one from the Daily Mail. Nancy Guthrie's doorbell camera was disconnected as part of sinister test by kidnapper, an NBC Today expert suggested. So interesting, comes from NBC, which is where Savannah works. They had him on NBC Today. And he's saying that the disconnected doorbell was to test if it would prompt a response from the police. What do you think of that? What do you think of that? Doorbell was disconnected at 1:47 a.m. on Sunday. And this guy, what's his name? Winter. What's his first name? Do you guys know him? Tom Winter, NBC National Law Enforcement and Intelligence Correspondent. Tom Winter. He says, what's with the 20-minute time gap? The camera gets ripped off the doorbell, but then there's motion seen on the camera outside. 20 minutes later, what's that about? And then he cited unnamed law enforcement sources saying there is speculation amongst investigators that Guthrie's abductor, quote, took the doorbell camera off and waited to see if police arrived. And then perhaps thinking the coast was clear, goes back in the house. We don't know, he continued. We don't know the specifics of what camera detected motion either. So we don't know. If it was someone she knew, though, they would know that. I don't know how taking the doorbell off would prompt police, though. Like taking it off the... Yeah, that doesn't even make sense. I think that guy's just like too old and doesn't know what he's talking about, because I have one of those Nest Cam doorbells, and you have to use this little key to get it off. And when I remove it, it doesn't, like, even if you had a subscription, I don't think it would call the cops. I mean, some people have to charge them. Some people have to put batteries in them if they have the battery ones. So, no jammers. I just refreshed. Let me check again. Nope. He's not live yet. Not yet. Here's another picture. I don't know if anybody can find on Google Street View if this was here like this before, but it looks a little sus to me, considering the lady's missing. An aerial view of the light locations at Nancy's home. Okay, so now we're going to look at where are all these lights even located. We don't know which one picked up movement, but now we're going to be able to tell what was where. The two yellow ones are floodlights that work, that are intact. Then we have two different ones that are broken, according to this. What is up, Sinner? Oh my God, thank you for the super chat. Thank you. This case is getting stranger by the minute. Breezing through to show support. Hope everyone is well. Dude, I tried to offer context to your live earlier, but I'm fucking blocked. I was trying to give you context. You were like, you were like questioning something. I was like, you can't see me. Thank you for your super chat. I appreciate you guys. Check out Dave the Sinner. They ripped it off the wall because they thought they were being recorded, and police saying they have no video when they actually do, inspector says. King Riger says, what if perhaps family or caregiver was taking a few extra pills of Nancy's over time to later have for her kidnapping to keep her alive? Just a thought. None back by the pool. They're not. Maybe these are just the ones attached to the house. Let's read this post and see what this says. It says, out of order, floodlights on Nancy Guthrie's residence, da-da-da-da. The FBI says a reference to floodlights on her property lends credibility to an alleged ransom note. So what did they say about the floodlights in the ransom note? Did we ever even find that out? The floodlight looks like it has a camera on it. Yeah, it's like a camera light. So those are cameras. Thank you, Kels and Jammers, for sharing his link. That was sweet of you. Okay, now we're moving into 18 hours ago. Love him or hate him, he's our president. I don't want to get political. Please don't. Hey, Killer Looks, what's happening? Please don't get political. But let's listen to what he said, because it's really weird. It's really weird to have Trump even commenting as much as he has on this. He's commented on this several times. And it's just getting a little weird.
You promised Savannah Guthrie's family the full support of federal law enforcement. FBI is now...
I'll give you a little statement. I think we're doing very well on that regard. You're probably surprised to hear that. I think we're doing very well. Very well, meaning We have some clues, I think, that are very strong, and I think we could have some answers coming up fairly soon.
Is this a nationwide search? Is this a search going to Mexico?
I'm not talking about a search. I'm talking about a solution. We have some things, I think, that will maybe come out reasonably soon from DOJ or FBI or whoever.
Do you think he even knows what's going on, or is this all publicity for like pressure? Oh, I get that, JoJo Ann, but he has actually commented and had pretty deep responses about it. Not just, I'm sending them my best. I'm sending Savannah my love. I hope her mom's found. No, he's all like, we got clues and we got this and that. You go, sinner. Google Gemini. Look out. I'm still over here with, what's that? My Alexa. That's not plugged in. Trump blamed Nancy's kidnapping on Biden. LOL. Oh, God. They're all buffoons. Listen, I don't care what side of the fence you're on. They're all buffoons.
Suspect?
Yeah, it could be definitive. A lot's taken place in the last couple of hours. A lot of things have happened with regard to that horrible situation in the last couple of hours.
President, you promised Savannah Guthrie's family the full support of federal law enforcement. FBI is now.
I'll give you a little statement. I think we're doing very well on that regard. You're probably surprised to hear that. I think we're doing very well. Very well, meaning we have some clues, I think, that are very strong. And I think we could have some answers coming up fairly soon.
Is this a nationwide search? Is this a search going to Mexico?
I'm not talking about a search. I'm talking about a solution.
I'm not talking about a search. I'm talking about a solution. You think he's talking out of his ass, Elizabeth? Well, what do you mean, a solution? What does that mean? What is he insinuating? Please don't tell me he's insinuating that this is an illegal alien. Oh, my God. Hasten. We're not looking for a search. We're looking for a solution. What?
We have some things, I think, that will maybe come out reasonably soon from DOJ or FBI or whoever. That could be
suspect.
Yeah, it could be definitive. A lot's taken place in the last couple of hours. A lot of things have happened with regard to that horrible situation in the last couple of hours.
Okay. He means they're trying to find her. Thank you, Kelly Kell, for your super chat. She said, I feel like I always have to pay a J tax when I'm watching an old J live stream and pause to find you live. I might bump my email to you. I got a law school assignment about LM's brother. Oh, nice, Kelly. Thank you for listening. And I'll be looking for that email. And thank you for your support. Okay, what do you guys think about this one? This is another one. We've got Circle K footage that come out. Is he live? Are we live then? Let's see. We got... I don't see him live, Kels. On YouTube? I don't see him live on YouTube. Where? He's not live for me. He said it's a circus at the house. How come I don't see him live? Is he live on X? Can you guys go check? Because I don't see a live stream from him at all. Is it JLR Investigates or just JLR? Inspector says, we don't need JLR, we got J. Well, JLR is on the ground and I appreciate him. Try clicking on it. I don't even see an event. I don't see him live. I see a new video We can watch that, though. You guys want to cut over and watch that really quick? Let's do that. Maybe he did that instead of going live. I don't know.
JLR investigates, boots on the ground, out front of the home of Nancy Guthrie, and it is a media circus out here. There is tons of media all the way down the street. They're all camped out. They got their equipment here. This is a massive media presence here in front of Nancy Guthrie's home. They got all kinds of equipment and cameras positioned across the street. Let me show you around here. I've never seen this much media in one particular area in a long, long time. It's going down the block. There's just vehicles. Then you spin it around. Vehicles going all the way down the block. All the way down to the block. So let's kind of like look around. And then they're going up the road because right in front of Nancy's home here is another road that goes into a cul-de-sac. But this is insanity. This is insanity. It goes all the way up the road, too.
Damn.
All the way up the road.
All the way up the road.
It's media outlets all over the place doing reports. Get this. A lot of people got their hoods up and they're charging equipment. I can't even live stream out here. That's why, just because there's so many people out here, and it's also hot. It's hot out here. It's hot out here. I mean, they're all out here with equipment. Look at this. Crazy. Now, this is Nancy Guthrie's home right here.
Guthrie's 84-year-old mother was last seen. The sheriff admitting missteps.
Now, one thing I noticed, there's this truck that's guys parked in front. Looks like some sort of water truck. It's been parked out here for days.
Tonight marks 1 week since Savannah's Guthrie 84-year-old mother was last seen. The sheriff admitting missteps.
Did you hear that, reporter? That was perfect that he caught that. Listen, smoke them if you got them, babies.
It's been parked out here.
Listen to this reporter.
For days.
Tonight marks 1 week since Savannah's Guthrie 84-year-old mother was last seen. The sheriff admitting missteps.
Oh, man. How embarrassing.
I'm Anders Gutierrez in Tucson, Arizona. Tonight marks 1 week since Savannah Guthrie's mother went.
This is the home. So I don't know why everyone is here at this location here. Maybe because they're waiting for another raid, search warrant, some sort of clue, some sort of information. She was taken here.
Heck yeah, Christine.
Into the early morning hours of February 1st, possibly 2:30, 2 o'clock-ish, a little bit before 2 a.m. This home here, blood found on the doorstep right there. Possibly put in a vehicle, taken somewhere. But where? But where? People just keep rolling in. Media keeps rolling in.
Media everywhere, guys.
This is insanity. Now let me go up the road here and just show you what it looks like from going up and then looking down on.
Yeah, this is what I wanted to see, is her neighborhood.
Her property. Just wondering too.
Oh my gosh, hey headphones.
If the kidnapper or kidnappers maybe surveilled the house up here at one point.
So they must have did they open it back up, Heidi? Because I thought it was closed as well. What, Sherry?
Because just think it's interesting that it positions down. You can look down. But I mean, media is all camped up There's a couple homes in the back here.
They did open it back up.
Generators. People got generators hooked up. So as if they're going to be out here for the long haul. But how long are they going to be here? A lot of cactus in this area. Cacti and cactus. All over the place.
Cacti and cactus.
All over the place.
He's so funny.
It's just full of cactus. Look at the dirt. I mean, is Nancy buried? You would need a heavy shovel to get this because it's like rock cement.
It's hard, yeah.
It's the land. This type of cactus. And I can tell you, in the daytime here, it's warm. It feels warm. It's cool at night. Warm. So back here, there's a couple homes back here. Look at this home.
Don't tell him to touch a cactus, guys. That's not nice. Where is Magnolia?
It looks like there's 4 homes back here. Looks like no one is at these homes. They're all tucked in here. This one has the Catalina, the mountains. This is the Catalina foothills. I'm seeing if there's any surveillance
he got
on
pricked
anything
by one, Angel?
that could help, and I don't see any. And then some of these homes have these big giant cactus things.
No, he didn't. We gotta watch it.
Mailbox. So mail person comes back here and delivers mail. There's another house. Well, one thing I noticed about these homes are no cars. Saturday, nobody's around, though there's tire tracks.
I'm not a fan of this scenery either. I mean, coming from Florida, this is wild. I've never been to Arizona. I've never been out west. I've been to Vegas, but I didn't see anything like this. I've never really seen this foliage. It's wild. I don't know if I would like it. It's pretty different, yeah. He was petting the cactus.
At this house, you can see the tire tracks. So, right here's a direct shot down to Nancy's home here. She lived alone, 84 years old. Home is about worth $1 million. Out here at night, I posted a video. It is pitch black. I posted a video on my X account at JLR Investigates. Make sure you sub up there. Just describing, I kind of was parked here, turned the lights on. To the right and the left, you can't see nothing. And then when you turn off your headlights, it's pitch black. Matter of fact, let me show you that right here. Yo. I am out front of the home of Nancy Guthrie, and
so this was obviously last night. Hold on. Look how fucking dark it is, though. He sounds a little creeped out. He's probably by himself. It's dark. They have no lights. There's a law for light pollution, so it's dark AF. And imagine walking through these bushes that we see here. They're hard. Like imagine walking through that at night. Hey, you two bad actors.
Fact, let me show you that right here. Yo. I am out front of the home of Nancy Guthrie, and holy smokes, you ain't seeing nothing out here. Look at this. This is going down her.
Thank you for 38 months, Aussie True Crime. Thank you.
And
that is spooky.
I mean, you ain't seeing nothing out here. Literally. Like, if you turned your lights out, this is what you would get. Literally. Let's just turn the lights off. Hold on.
Oh, scorpions?
Show you.
I've never seen a scorpion.
Lights don't go off. There you go. This is what you get out here.
My God.
Nothing.
That's scary.
Crazy. Crazy, huh? I took that right here, then made a left and turned the lights out. It's insane. There's so many cars coming out here, so many people coming out here. Look, this guy has his camera up.
Who wants to bet every neighbor went and got cameras this week?
Where is Nancy? And then how long is the media going to be out here? Why is the media out here on a Saturday?
Because she's still missing.
No crime scene either.
Same reason you are.
No crime scene either. Anymore.
So it's been released.
They released it. But will they come back for an additional warrant? Now another thing I want to show you down here is in front of the house.
No flashlight too?
Somebody put a sign here, their mailbox. Dear Guthrie family, your neighbors stand with you. There's that truck. There's a man sitting in the truck. Maybe he's the security guard or whatnot. Look at the garage.
Yeah, this was just put
Look
out.
at the roof.
Let's go back to that truck and see.
There's that truck. There's a man sitting in the truck. Maybe he's the security guard or what.
Why would the security guard have this tank on the back of his truck, JLR? What does it say?
There's that truck. There's a man sitting in the truck. Maybe he's the security guard or whatnot. Look at the garage.
Look at the garage.
Look at the roof.
Look at the roof. He is MAGA, and I just want everybody to know that if I'm chuckling, it's surely not at the situation of this poor grandmother being missing. It's merely his commentary.
In between Nancy and her next door neighbor's home, which you really can't see until you scroll down, is nothing but this type of cactus.
Could they be draining her pool? I don't know. Don't touch it, dude.
Cacti, cactus. Look at that house. You would assume that they would go door to door speaking to all the neighbors here.
They did.
Right? The question is, if they don't have any surveillance leaving anywhere at any of the traffic stops, could Nancy be somewhere in here? Maybe a neighbor did it. Someone lives around here did it. And didn't have to take her very far. Might be why they're stopped. Maybe they are.
I wondered about that tarp too. Was that just? I wonder if that was already there. What time did people try to make him leave? Not today or something. No, they made the media leave yesterday, and then they were there last night, and then they've opened it up. Exactly, Scottish lass, and he doesn't even realize it. Nah, he ain't high. Dude, don't do drugs. He's just JLR.
They're not, but you saw the newest reports that authorities are looking for a person of interest. What's going on there? There's a neighbor's home here. A lot of unanswered questions. This is
that was new. Let's go back and look at it. What part of the house is that? I couldn't really tell where he was at.
Cactus. cacti, cactus. Look at that house. You would assume that they would go door to door speaking to.
Is this Nancy's house? See, I can't even tell whose house this is. That's major rattlesnake country. That's scary. I'm waiting for you guys in chat to let me know. You think it's in between the houses? I don't know. I haven't seen it before, and I've seen all around the house. That's someone's backyard. No, you're not blocked, Mad Chatter.
All the neighbors here, right? The question is, if they don't have any surveillance leaving anywhere at any of the traffic stops, could Nancy be somewhere?
Hey, Matt.
Somewhere in here. Maybe a neighbor did.
Don't you think, though, since they did all of that searching overhead, that if she was in the vicinity of the house, they would have found her by now? Because, not to be grotesque, but he showed how hard the ground is.
Someone lives around here, did it. And didn't have to take her very far. Might be why they're stumped. Maybe they are or they're not, but you know, you saw the newest reports that authorities are looking for a person of interest. What's going on there? There's a neighbor's home here.
What's going on there?
A lot of unanswered questions. This is the neighborhood where Nancy lives, and she has still not been found. It's been a week. Look at the rough, rugged terrain. It's all rocks, too. It's like rocks. It's rocks, rugged, hard as a rock. Like, I guess you could dig. Someone buried her or something, if that's where she's at, and somebody buried her. Take her.
We have beautiful people here, Baron von Schneider.
So kind of just showing you the neighborhood.
Baron von Schneider.
I mean, she got a beautiful view.
It is beautiful. That's beautiful.
Oh, the mountain. IMJLR investigates.
All right. I think that is it for that newest one, guys. I haven't seen that he's sparked up alive. So, I thought this was fucking funny. Let me show you this part. He actually waves to this drone. Watch. This was yesterday.
Somebody got it.
Or no, 7 hours ago. This is earlier. Watch.
Yo. Where's it going to land? See, a lot of times these drone operators, they don't park in front of a house because they park far away, and then they set their drone. I'm waving to the drone. I'm waving to the drone. Hello. Maybe I'll be on Fox News tonight. Hello. Where's the drone? There it is. Drone. Where's it go? All right, so let's take a walk. Hopefully the reception out here is good, but look at this terrain. The thing about it is, though, could Nancy be out here in the terrain somewhere? Like buried, or somebody put her somewhere, like, because this is the Catalina foothills, and it's literally like rolling hills. These roads are so dangerous at night. I was driving here last night on the roads. I went to both houses, pitch black. There's no street lights. It's as if you're in like the desert. You can't see. The roads are windy. You got to be very careful in this particular area. You got to be very, 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 very careful.
Okay, this is the one from this morning. So let's see if was it towards the end of his live? Because I don't see him touching nothing here. Maybe we haven't gotten to it yet. We'll watch this one.
In this area. It's like crazy. Oh, look, there's the drone operator. Like I said, that's the drone operator. That's the drone operator down there. See the drone operator parked. around the block, and he set a drone up and set it up in front of and flies it away. But it could be FBI. I don't know. We'll go there and investigate.
Let's go investigate it.
We'll go see what's going on. People out here walking their dogs too.
Soft city folk.
Oh, okay. Yo, this is the back of the Tomaso's house right here. So they're up on a hill.
Tomaso?
He's up on Tomaso and Annie are up on a hill. Authorities were back at this house yesterday. It's right here. This is the house.
Hey, Katie S. Good to see you. Thank you for your super chat and thank you for making yourself known today. Thank you for your support.
Looks like their house.
Don't forget to hit the like button.
Look at the cacti. Look at this stuff. Oh, look what we got. Oh, I thought we had like some sort of crime scene tape something. No, it's just
Penny, thank you for your Cooter chat. She said, don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you, Penny, for using the Cooter chat.
It's just a steak. Folks, we're going to be out here for days until find out what's going on and find out, where authorities go next, what clues. Where's that drone? I hear it. There's a drone in front of the house somewhere. Now, keep in mind, is Annie and Tomaso a victim in this case? Are they victims? Oh, look. The drone. See it? It's in the center of the screen. Drones.
Ooh, tarantulas. Hey, DJ. He does get the best footage, y'all. That's why I'm saying. Go show him
This is
some love
all
and
around
support.
the property here to kind of give you perspective. Do they have cactus? This is the backyard of, I'm on a street. This is the backyard of Tomaso and Annie. There's a drone up in the sky. There's media out here. No authorities, though. Where'd that drone go? There it is. There's the drone. They have some sort of, I don't know, it looks like a gated back porch or something. There's bars back there. If they do any grid searches or any searches, we'll follow it. We'll go. I got an SUV. I actually have a Jeep. Specifically to go into the rough terrain if need be, because I think at the end of the day,
he's gonna go out in the rough terrain in a Jeep, you guys. I can't wait. I've seen him do it all, but I ain't seen him in the desert in a freaking Jeep.
There's a strong possibility that Nancy could be in the rugged terrain somewhere. And I always want to say that she's still alive and hope she's still alive. You get what I'm saying? Because some people in the chat are like, well, she's no longer with us. She had to be somewhere, put somewhere. Look, sign, plant, no trespassing. You can't beat a Jeep. So this is the next neighbor in back of Tomaso and Annie's right here. They're up on it. There's chickens. Did you hear that? There's chickens out here. Somebody got.
Oh my God, I'm sorry. This is funny as hell.
They're up on it. There's chickens. Did you hear that? There's chickens out here. Somebody got roosters. Crazy. That's how rural it is. Roosters and chickens. Where is it? I heard it go. Now another thing. Where is it? I heard it go. Roosters and chickens. Where is it? I heard it go. Now another thing too is, hear that? Another thing too is, someone with SAR has told me, you know what you should do, JLR, is in a sense is about a week, because we're at a week now. Start to look for the buzzards at this point. If you're out in the terrain in certain areas, if you see like any buzzards circling around this area, and I don't want to be graphic, but usually the buzzards start coming in about a week after a body goes missing, or, they're looking for a body, buzzards, buzzards. So, again, don't want to be graphic. Maybe she's still alive. Maybe she's in a safe house. But we're going to be looking around for buzzards, too, in certain areas near some of these key locations, particularly maybe in between where Annie and Tommaso live right there and Nancy's home. And we're gonna do other reviews here. I'm just trying to give you something maybe you haven't seen, or, the terrain and everything like that, of what law enforcement is dealing with here. If she's out there in the terrain, this is the type of terrain you're dealing with.
Oh, God, this is probably it. Oh, Sophia Petrillo. Can you imagine him on energy drinks? Thank you for your super chat. No.
But the thing about it is, here's the thing about it, too. Let me just case in point. Here's something, too. There's so much cactus and everything like that, Mike.
He couldn't help himself. He's like a little kid. He's like, I gotta touch it.
Let me just case in point. Here's something, too. There's so much cactus and everything like that. But the thing about it is, here's the thing about it, too. Let me just case in point. Here's something, too. There's so much cactus and everything like that. My thinking is also was, if you're going to get rid of a body, you better know where you're going to get rid of it, because it's not like you can just walk through this stuff. There's cactus and everything. You're going to get cut up if you don't know where you're going, in a sense, or if you don't know there's a certain path or something like that, and you just start going through something. You're going to get hit here hard with all types of cactus, because it's everywhere. It's everywhere. There's cactus everywhere. Ouch. Look at this.
He said, ouch. Look at this.
Look at this. Snakes, rattlesnakes. People say snakes, all types of animals. And again, there is the mountains. This is the Catalina foothills. There's the mountains. To get up there over that hill there is Mount Lemon. You go to the Catalina Parkway, which is, about 10 minutes or so that way. Did somebody put her up in the mountains there? The mountain lions, people say mountain lions. I don't think there's much bodies of water around here. I mean, it gets hot out here in the summertime. It gets hot. It gets over 100 degrees here. In the winter, it does get cool nights. I mean, last night went down to like 50 something. All right, so this is edge of the property line of Annie and Tommaso. We're gonna go to 7-Eleven, or we're gonna go to Circle K and see what's going on. We're gonna go to Circle K.
This is on 1.25.
Waiting for like the search or anything. It was the Circle K down the road that they got their surveillance.
They have roadrunners there? That's crazy. Brian Ramble's the Circle K at the intersection. Oh, dude, I have like replanted my cactuses, and I've had those things in my hands. What are they called? Spines or something? For days.
Drone operator.
He needs to have duct tape so he can get them out.
So, again, if you started, there's the drone. Drone going up. Drone going up. See?
Drone going up. There it is.
This security guard, all his job is to make sure no one steps on the property or goes onto the property. It's pretty much what his job is. Security guard, private, media with drones.
Jumping cactus?
Unless it's FBI.
The drone. Yeah, I couldn't imagine seeing a roadrunner in real life. How big are they, guys?
You in the house.
Are they like squirrel
All right, so we're going to go for a
size,
walk to Circle K. I see a lot of people in the chat. Make sure you hit that sub button, like notification button for continuous coverage. Nancy Guthrie kidnapping. We're going to be out here following what law enforcement does. Next nugget that gets revealed, maybe a person of interest that they publicly identify, a suspect, maybe an arrest, maybe a vehicle, maybe a shadowy figure that they get in the cameras, somebody, dressed in black, who knows? Something's happening soon, I believe. I believe that they're going to release something within the next day. I mean, the President of the United States says they have some stuff. What is it? All right, so here's another home here. This would be the route that Most likely route that Tommaso took Nancy to at least her home. Now the question is, does authorities think someone from Tommaso's home or Annie's home went out there in the early morning hours, 2 a.m., 2:30, 1:30, or someone else? Some people in the chat are saying it's not their family. Their family did not do this. What do you think? Here's another home. I'm looking to see if I see any surveillance. Ring cameras. But see, here's the thing, folks. Again, when it's pitch black out here, it doesn't matter if you have ring cameras. You're not going to catch anything in the dark. You're not. You're just not. Daytime, yeah. Nighttime, no. You're not catching anything.
We're going to fast forward to the gas station footage. So we're going to go on a little... Oh, wait. What's he doing here? 20 inches. Full grown. Hey, Marcy. Are they mean, though? Like kangaroos?
Oh, there might be the drone guy. Maybe.
Doc, that's what everybody's saying. That it looks like it was newly done, but we're going to get to that in my updates. We took a little
sidebar. There was a car parked over here flying a drone earlier. All right, so is there any new reports that come out while we've been on? Like, I'm looking on my other phone to just see what exactly is out there.
Mary Dean said there was a private jet that left Arizona the other day to Mexico. That's the first I've heard of this. Where'd you get that from?
I think the Circle K is right where that, you see that building top right there? It's like up here a little bit. It's just down the road here. That's where and I'll show you the footage. I put a couple photos of the footage that, I don't know what's on the footage, but authorities were at the Circle K looking for the footage. So I just want to kind of take you through the neighborhood here. At least the driving route Nancy and Tommaso took, if that story is in fact true. Again, like people...
Juwali, I am live right now, right here, live on the air. His video is from earlier.
Believe all types, like, I don't know what to believe anymore, you know? I just thought it was crazy last night where they took Nancy's vehicle from the garage.
I would think that private planes go to Mexico every day. I mean, that doesn't seem like it would be a weird occurrence. They're right there by the border, so...
Last night, and I was thinking, why didn't you do that day one? Why now? Why go in the garage and take it now? Oh, and days before, they take Annie and Tommaso's vehicle, but they don't take Nancy's vehicle?
Yeah, that's weird.
And you remember...
Why wouldn't they automatically take her vehicle? That's what makes no sense. What was going on in the cops' minds that they didn't think it was important to take her damn vehicle? Whether it was being reported she was in it that day or not. Isn't that weird? Google whose name? Brian Rambles. Who's that?
They asked about the vehicle, the sheriff, Nanos, who a lot of people are starting to get critical, saying Nanos botched this case. Like, Nanos botched the case because there's just so much things he's done wrong so far, unless you feel like he's done something right. But he was like, someone asked about Annie, and because Ashley Banfield's reporting was the truth when she said the vehicle got towed, and the sheriff confirmed that, but he was like, this is just protocol. This is protocol. Yet
Ashley Banfield's reporting, she doubled down on it too, you guys.
If that's protocol and you days ago take Annie and Tommaso's vehicle, then why didn't you take Nancy's, the victims, out of her own house? Like, why didn't you take her vehicle too? It just makes no sense. Makes no sense. All right, I don't know what we have here, but we have like these cottages and homes.
We're going on a little walk, I guess, to the Circle K. Right, especially the car was in the garage. The garage door was open for 2 minutes, then closed. And they just leave her car there? What? Doesn't make sense.
I'm looking to see if I see any cameras. So now we're starting to go up on a hill. Here's something, look. They were in this neighborhood asking for surveillance.
I haven't seen any sign of Tommaso Tomaso. Banfield's not going to throw almost 40 years of reporting on journalist reporting for one case, especially when she's friends with
I'm just going to stay on the street.
With Savannah.
Wait, there might be cameras here. There might be a floodlight. And what's up with the cameras being smashed? Okay, Circle K's right here at the end of the road here. So at the end of the road here is the Circle K. It's going to be on the right. So we're almost there. It just shows you how close it is to Tomaso and Annie.
Okay. Here we go. We're at the Circle K. Let's see what he's going to do now. On Twitter, said detectives showed up at Annie's house not too long ago. Again today. This is changing by the minute. Mary Dean, welcome. Welcome to the Truthers. Thank you for becoming a member.
Hold on a second. I'm going to look on my screen here. I'm just going to put this camera down here for a second.
She is, Jeff.
We're going to Circle K, and I just want to look at something
Whether
real quick.
you want to admit it or not.
Right here.
Tomaso is lying low. Haven't seen a sighting of him. False flag for what, though?
My hands are actually frozen. I don't know, it's weird. All right, I'll continue to look here. We're approaching Circle K, so I just want to show you the main road here going out by Tomaso and Annie's. Now, again, like up to that hill there, there's a lot of these homes are pretty close to the road. There's a lot of homes close to the road. I'm sure something picked up something. Maybe. Relevant. Something picked up something relevant. But there is cameras at the Circle K, and I'll show you here shortly. But I also want to document everything here because when we do get the affidavit of probable cause, whoever's held responsible here, it's going to reveal things. And then we can come back and review the footage and say, hey, it's that location.
He knows what he's doing, y'all.
So that's why I'm kind of just spinning the camera and just showing you the general area here so we can see. So when... But we could be in a whole different direction, you know? It might have nothing to do with over here. People are like, go to Nancy's home. People are like, go to Nancy's home. Hold on a second. What source? What's going on at Nancy's home? People keep saying, go to Nancy's home. Let me put this right here. All right, so there is cameras here. Yesterday, law enforcement, the media was here, law enforcement was here, and they were inquiring about these cameras.
Hey, Sandy Smith, welcome.
One's right there.
Good to see
One
you.
will be up there. They were inquiring about these cameras.
No, where at? Titan, where did you find that?
Boom.
Yeah, and the sister is a poet, too. She has like I think she has her own book. I think Annie Guthrie has her own book of poems.
Camera here would definitely catch. There's one back here, too.
Thanks, Matt.
Camera here, if on, would definitely catch vehicles coming that way. Plus, there's light here at night. Would definitely catch
Barney Fife
vehicles. If it's on, it would definitely catch vehicles coming in and out, right? Or even corroborate the story, the timeline of the story. Please.
Mary Dean, she asks, why read off the script? Just asking. Because I think the FBI actually helps people craft their scripts for hostage or ransom situations like that, right? Not hostage, but ransom situations. And that's why the wording they said is, well, it's speculated that the wording was so close to the Silence of the Lambs was because that is the verbiage that FBI agents actually use when they help people write scripts like this. And obviously, we know that the FBI helped the director of Silence with the Lambs with the filming of that movie. So if the FBI is actively helping them with their movie, same script, same lines, it's really weird. I think that is really weird.
Do an uninterrupted drive from SUS family location in Nancy's. Thank you. Yeah, we'll do that in a bit. Let's do this, please. I'll do that in a bit, for sure. What I have to go to like a Walmart and get one of those camera mounts for your vehicle. I forgot mine, so, and I'm gonna go get a flashlight too. I need to. There's two things. Sorry. I thought.
Someone in the chat will have to tell you, Titan, what the result of that movie was, because I don't know. I don't know. Right, where was Tommaso when Nancy at 2 a.m? Hey, Allie girl, this is JLR Boots on the Ground.
Thought we bounced. I need to get two things. I need to get a flashlight because we're going to do nighttime reenactments, and then I'm also going to get a mount thing too. So. Buffering? Are we buffering?
No, we're not buffering.
We good?
We're good.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. And then here's the other camera. Yeah, I hit it off for a second. That's why it went off. So I thought.
What if they left their phones at home? What if they didn't take their phones?
Other cameras, right? Cameras. So you got cameras here, clearly facing the road that Tommaso and Nancy took. Maybe Annie too. I don't know. This will actually corroborate also the Uber driver that took Nancy to Tommaso and Annie's home, and also back.
See this intersection? I'm sure there's cameras over here. So you would have them. You would have them, the Uber taking her to their house. And you would have whoever, family, bringing her back. Moon Pie? What do you mean whose channel? What do you mean? What are you talking about? We're on my channel. Hello? Angel Eyes. I'm speed talking. I don't trust anybody. King, I'm with you.
Back, where they used the family vehicle to take Nancy back to her home, which is about 10 minutes that way. Now, there's two routes you can take. You can go up here and then make a right and go all the way down. I think it's to Campbell, and then go down to the neighborhood. It's about 10 minutes that way. Or you could go down here, go all the way down, and then make a left and navigate through the neighborhoods. And then there's another way that cuts like directly through. So there's lots of opportunities. Now, I'm gonna put the.
I didn't know what you meant. He's sped up.
Camera to the side, and he asked about surveillance. Hey, how are you? Did they come here looking for surveillance? Surveillance cameras? Surveillance, like authorities and everything, FBI about.
The music, what the fuck?
Any questions, you have to go report it for that type of thing.
They told you to say that. Yep. They told you to say it. All right. When they come? What time do they come?
Wait, what'd they tell him to say? Hold on, let me crank this down a little bit. Green Day.
Hey, how are
Thank you, Catch, for being here, and thank you for your super chat. Thank you so much.
Did they come here looking for surveillance? What? Surveillance cameras? Surveillance, like authorities and everything, that FBI about.
I can't answer any questions. You have to go report it for that type of thing.
They told you to say that.
Yep.
They told you to say it. All right.
I can't. This coverage. Oh, thank you for the cooter chat. The real Kels. Thank you to you and JLR for this coverage. Thank you.
When they come, what time do they come? Is that a skit they told you to say?
Eve, he's actually really good at this, in my opinion. He did great during Idaho. He was the one that went to the Jack in the Box and actually got the description of the DoorDash driver before we even knew the DoorDash driver was a male or a female. He does a great job. King B, thank you for your super chat.
All right. Stay safe, brother. All right. So, I don't know if you heard. I put the camera down. So, he did the skit. He did the skit, folks. He said, I can't say anything about this. You're going to have to go to corporate. That's the always thing. You know, the FBI and authorities always tell these employees. He didn't say no. He said, I can't tell you. I can't discuss. You got to go to corporate. And that's what they tell the employees. You got to go to corporate. So, there you go. there you go. I would say it's 100% certain that they got surveillance. Corporate protocol, folks. Corporate protocol. Notice I put the thing in my pocket. I put my phone in my pocket.
He thinks he's
Could
so
you hear
slick.
it? You might have heard all the music. Probably going to get a copyright on that.
Yep. Crampton comes alive with alerts. Well, he stood in the middle
you go.
He stood in the middle of a hurricane too in downtown St. Pete. Did you guys catch that? He does. He does, Eve.
All right, you heard it.
Hey, Shell.
So, somebody got surveillance. Surveillance. Here. So I'm going to take you out to the road a minute, and then we'll walk back to Tomaso's home. Because we got other locations. But this is our first step. Now, well, actually, we'll go up here and just see what else is up here. But this is the Circle K. Authorities got surveillance here. It's here, this Circle K. So, Fox News was reporting about another Circle K down the road. I don't know about that Circle K, but this one right here, right by Tomaso and Annie's, as you heard the guy, always say, I do this all the time. Go to location, ask about surveillance. I'm sorry, sir, I can't talk about this. You're going to have to go. I refer you to corporate. That's what they say. Go to corporate. I got a media shirt, so. Huh?
I got a media shirt. Jay Nutso says there's 4 roads to get to Nancy's house, and there is CCTV cameras on all the traffic lights.
Yeah, folks. I don't think we'd be lying. All right, so surveillance here.
One final look at
Tucson's this way.
Tucson's that way. Did he say if is there cameras also on these lights right here? I wonder if there's any cameras here as well.
Sure, there's other surveillance.
I know, Cheryl. It's happening to a lot of people. Welcome back. Hey, Citizen Sleuth.
Now the question is, did Tomaso and Nancy go this way? Or did they go this way? The question is, did anyone come around here at 1:30 a.m., 2:30 a.m., 2:50, 3 o'clock a.m., or sometime during the early morning hours? Did anyone come through here and go back to Tomaso and Annie's home during the early morning hours up to...
Good question, Colette.
When
has anybody checked to see if any of these cameras are public?
They were reported when Nancy was reported missing.
Let me look.
11:56 in the air, and that time right before 12, family arrives back to the house. Was there for a few minutes and then called authorities right after 12 o'clock on the 1st. The surveillance showing whoever.
I don't know where that would be.
Tomaso and Annie's.
Does anybody know the name of this road? Because there is a lot of cameras. I just found a website, but I have no idea where this is at. That's the only problem. I would have to go deeper to get the roads and everything. Hey, White Gladiola. It's good to see you. I love to see you guys here, and I'm glad that you're here.
Coming this way. Any other suspicious vehicles? But why would they get the surveillance here at Circle K? What do you think?
Oracle Road?
We love Circle K. All right, so we're going to head back to Tomaso's. We're going to kind of just do a quick stroll. Media.
Would it be Oracle and Hardy?
I think they're media guys. That guy was a familiar guy. I think they're media guys.
King and Oracle?
Dark SUV.
Oracle Lane.
Tomaso lives about a half mile down this road. Annie and Tomaso, about I would say a half mile estimation. So we're on the move. Make sure you share this video out. We want to share the truth and spread the word and what's going on. Hey JLR, they have to have that area. Hey JLR, they have in that area you can't use flashlights because it's against the law there. This is why they don't have traffic lights. I heard a reporter say, "Oh, interesting, Sunstar." Saying you can't have flashlights in the area. So I'll look into that. Against the law to have flashlights on a public street?
Who's Dominic?
That would be weird. But I'm going to look into
that. Was Circle K.
That. Thank you.
Hey, Kane's Nana. Campbell and River, says Julie K.
Is that car lights or what? All right, so we're working our way back to Tomaso's house because I know some people in the chat haven't seen it yet, and we'll do another. But we got other locations we have to go throughout the day.
It says there is no direct live traffic camera feed for East Skyline Drive and North Campbell Avenue.
Is any news reporters out and about today? Anyone out and about?
Hold on, I gotta mute.
A light pollution ordinance. Interesting. It's called light pollution. That's strange. You ever hear of a light pollution ordinance? Light pollution ordinance. I mean, it's dark. I will say it is. Look, I posted this. On my X account. Here, I'll show it to you. This was last night. Hold on.
Oh my God, you guys did not hear all about the light pollution? Okay, so let me redo that. Earth to J. Tucson and Pima County have strict outdoor lighting ordinances enacted to protect the night sky for astronomy. And they also have a college or a school that is right there near Nancy's. It was passed over a decade ago, and the laws mandate that outdoor lights direct illumination downward, and it significantly restricts or bans unshielded lighting at businesses and residences. So I wonder what the gas stations look like at night if they have to point only down, you know? But I heard last night in a video with, I think it was Brian Enton talked to some kind of investigator, and he said it was like a border patrol. It was border patrol. He was like, if I was leading the investigation, I would have had the lights out here that night to check this terrain. So I'm pretty sure the cops can override that in an emergency, but I'm not sure. All right, let's finish this out.
Outside Nancy's.
We watched
outside
that with
Nancy's
him.
home last night. Tommaso's roof.
So that's Annie and Tommaso's right there.
Remember, they just bought this home last year.
Biosphere
spring of last
2?
year.
What is that? Is that a telescope?
Authorities were here last night. Forensics were here shortly. Authorities the other day here. This is where the Savannah made the video pleading with the kidnappers to hear something from them, or we're listening. All right, the bodyguard's still out there. Look, the bodyguard is still out there. So this, for people in the chat, the guy that told me last night, there's a bodyguard. Now, this is a different bodyguard before, or not a bodyguard, a security guard. We could be a bodyguard too. The Guthries have hired a private security guard to plant themselves outside the home to make sure no one goes onto their property. Media is still out here.
Kit Peak is all the Biosphere 2 is a scam started by a
I
cult.
parked up here. So yeah, I am going up here. I talked to this guy. This guy came and knocked on my window this morning. I was out here at like 5 a.m. waiting for a possible FBI raid or any search warrant or any other police activity. And he comes over and he goes, "Hey, what's going on? What's your name?" I said, "Hey, I'm JLR. What's your name?" I think he said his name was Rob. And he's like, "No, who are you?" And I said, "I'm media." He's like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I'm just, you know, I'm out here. I'm just asking anyone that stops by who they are or whatever." I said, "Oh, what's going on? How you doing?" He goes, "I'm fine." I said, "Any activity?" "No." "What does your job consist of?" He wouldn't tell me. The guy last night did. He wants to just get familiar with the media, or he wants to know which media is out here. Probably got on his call. He probably got on his phone and called Tommaso or something and said, "Yo, that JLR guy's out there."
I looked up their property taxes and they're
Maybe
unpaid
not.
from 2025. Yeah. Nancy made one payment. They made none. Tommaso and Annie made none.
The guy last night said he gets paid. The guy last night, I asked the guy last night how much he gets paid for this. The guy last night was very, very friendly. I was kicking it with the guy last night a little bit, and he's like, he laughed and snickered. He said, "I get paid good." That's what he said. So how much you get paid doing this?
She showed her home.
But they're private, and they're high. He said last night they're high. This guy wouldn't tell me today, but I'm safe to assume that he's hired by the Guthries. I don't think he's law enforcement hired or anything like that. This is the Guthries or Tommaso or them hired a private security guard to be perched in.
So the security guard is at Tommaso's. Is there also a security guard at Nancy's? Or no?
Front of the house to make sure nobody goes onto their property. Yeah, probably a couple $100 an hour, right? You would think probably like $100 an hour doing this. You don't want nobody on the property.
Hey Googie, how you doing today? Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday, everybody watching. If you could hit the like button. Let's get this out to more of our friends on YouTube. Mystic, thank you for becoming a member today. Coming in hot with some memberships.
But the question is,
Appreciate
if this was a financial crime and something happened to Nancy and somebody in, Tommaso or somebody involved with them, and he's in on this mix, how do they afford to hire private security? Tommaso. But again, the media is out here. JLR is out here. See, look, I rented a Jeep. We'll go in the terrain.
Hey, LIZ. Oh, he's got his Jeep. I thought he had like a Wrangler.
Terrain.
That's a
Dirt
sweet
roads.
Jeep. Nice, JLR. Nice.
I'm not media. I don't know. I think I am.
You are, JLR.
I identify as media, right?
Your shirt
What
says
you
you are.
identify as? I identify as the media. Gonzo journalist, JLR. Top notch.
Go show
This is
JLR
journalism,
some love,
is it?
y'all.
I don't know. Is this sensationalism? Is this journalism? Is this gonzo journalism? Is this boots on the ground? What is this? What do you think it is? The Supreme Court has ruled anyone with a camera is considered media. Anyone that has a camera is media. I mean, that's like Supreme Court precedent. It's interesting. Another channel said to contact you and offer to do desk work for you while your boots on the ground. His UTD info is good. Couldn't hurt. He could tell you were to go if something is breaking. Interesting. Yes. I'm GL.
We'll look it up in a second.
Michelle goes
Blue
live.
Noodles.
Thank you. Michelle goes live. You will all be in the chat to share, what's popping off. X. There are 4 or 5 pretty good journalists that are out here that are waiting for anything breaking, and they will report. The Flight Radar 24, Broadcastify, media reports. We get things pretty quick. So if something's popping off, see.
Have you guys?
I know for a fact these guys are Fox.
That's Fox. Have you guys tried listening to the scanner there? Is that worth doing? Do you guys think that it would be anything on the scanner? I mean, I guess if something were to happen or somebody were to find something, or it would be on the scanner, but probably not much, huh? But we got Fox there. And speaking of that, I want to step away from this for a second and go back to X because I want to show you guys this video. We will come back to Mr. Jonathan Lee Riches shortly. But I want to go back to X because I wanted to look at this with you guys. This was yesterday, but this is investigators at Nancy's, and this is our friends at Fox. But what I want to do is I want to take a look at this and slow it down. So would that be, if it's all desert there, is that fake grass? Because I just want to run around barefoot on that grass. Here in Florida, we have, unless you have sod, we have really rough grass. Like, it's almost like crabgrass. If you know, you know. But I did want to slow this down and take a look at what investigators are exactly, what they're doing here. Is we've got Nancy's garage over here. This might be when they found that camera up here. See this woman up here? Have you guys seen this footage yet? Is this when they're taking off the camera? Hold on. Isn't it crazy they didn't see it till now? Why is it always takes the FBI coming in? Hey, Ishi, why does it always take the FBI coming in to find these things? They found a floodlight up there as well. Wow.
Says that a joint.
Pretty. Hey, thank you for 4 months of cootership. Thank you so much. And Liz, welcome. Did I say welcome to Cooterville? Welcome into the Truthers. The garage is on top. This isn't her garage. Okay, my bad. It was a solar floodlight. Because little towns are not used to these events, but FBI deals with them daily. I mean, but they can't find a camera? They're law enforcement, they can't find a camera? Look, she's handing it down. Passing down. They're sawing it off the roof. Look how cute her little courtyard is, though. She's got the string lights. She's got her hose. She was probably watering her plants. But this must be, is this right here, the destructed floodlights? Hold on. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. Right here. Is that the smashed floodlight that we saw? Nanos doesn't have a good reputation. That's what I'm picking up. That's what I'm picking out. Oh, her house is beautiful. It is beautiful. Neighbors saw the camera from the Fox News drone footage. Nice. Look at that. Neighbors doing the most. The garage is around the corner on the left. The floodlight was mentioned in the note is the one by the door leading to the garage. Yeah, it's a beautiful house. Okay, let's see. This is a shot of another corner of the building. It says top left in video above. Hold on. A close-up of the camera attached to a solar panel. So we have this image here from another shot from Fox. Or Michael Ruiz. Hello, Deline Curtis. Hey, Berg. Tammy Clips. I wonder if it has anything to do with Savannah or if it was random. I did not hear about any teens, no. But we have a light here. And then we have the solar panel. They couldn't see that solar panel? I mean, how could they not see that?
What you are witnessing is real. The participants are not actors.
It's crazy. So did this one pick up the motion? It makes me wonder. It's weird. Okay, this one here. Yeah, that is the one. Out of order. Floodlights on Nancy Guthrie's residence in Tucson appear to be broken. The FBI says a reference to floodlights on her property lends credibility to the ransom note. So I wonder what they said in the ransom note about this light. Like, oh, I broke the light? I mean, what'd they say? Hello, Miss Heathen. Unless it was put there after they removed the crime tape the first time. What, the solar panel? You think somebody got on the roof after? I mean, it's literally smashed. The brick is smashed, you guys. Look at that. Unless they did that when they mounted the damn thing. But doesn't it look to you guys that there's some kind of a crack right here and that this thing is completely out of its, like, it's completely out of the bracket? Put a 1 in chat if you think this thing was completely knocked out of the bracket, because that's what it looks like to me. Hey, Potato. Could that be from installation, or did someone hit it? And this part looks like the camera part. I mean, that's effed up right there. TMZ said the note said they destroyed the floodlight. Thank you for letting me know. Thank you. So a lot of you guys think that this brick is actually damaged from the person that did this to Nancy. That's crazy. This is just nuts. And who would do this? It has to be someone she knows, guys. This doesn't make any sense. All right, let's see what else we've got that's come out. Okay, that's when he's called it a weird device here on Fox News, but we found out it was a camera. This is back to Derek Kalila. That's him in federal court being released on $20,000 bond. He is the fake ransom. He tried to collect the ransom on behalf of the kidnapper. Blue Victorian coming in with an update. Thank you so much, hon. She says, per Fox News an hour ago, investigators were seen carrying a map into the sheriff's office. Interesting. Thank you for that update. Keep them coming in the chat, you guys. This is another one that is very disturbing. I want to show you. We all saw the blood on the tile, but this person on X, 0 Hour 1, actually shared this. It looks to be that there's blood spatter on the bricks as well. And this person surmises that she may have fallen forward. And you can see the 3 spots. Barely, but you can see them. And that's just from a picture. That's just from a picture. Thank you so much, Tammy Clips. She said authorities are investigating bizarre parallels between a Scottsdale home invasion involving 2 teenagers and the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie. Thank you. They left the floor mat. Yeah, they left the floor mat. There could be fibers on there. I mean, what happened here? And why did they release it so quickly? And then we have all this foliage down here as well. Baby cats, you need to relax. I'm sorry that I'm getting so many subscribers. It's hurting your ears. Those are my new subscribers. Let's celebrate them. Let's not get mad. Let's be glad we're growing. Thank you guys for the support. Residents in Nancy Guthrie's neighborhood received this letter today. This was yesterday. Let's read the letter that the homeowners received. February 6th. Greetings, CFA homeowners. We received notification from the Sheriff's Department that they and the FBI are resuming searches on the properties in the area starting immediately. This is February the 6th. This is yesterday. A note from our CFA president. Oh, they will most likely, sorry, I didn't read it all. They will most likely be searching property west of Campbell and requested we contact our CFA residents for awareness. So, west of Campbell, if you know the area. A note from our CFA president. This is the Catalina Foothills Association. Our community is deeply shaken and heartbroken by the disappearance and reported abduction of our friend and neighbor, Nancy Guthrie. Many of you have known and have been friends with Nancy for many years. Our hearts go out to her family. I know we all stand together in our collective disbelief and sadness and greatly appreciate your willingness to speak with law enforcement, share camera images, and allow searches of your properties. Some of you have spoken with the media, and we appreciate you keeping this story in front of those who may have tips to share. Tom Pugh has graciously agreed to speak on behalf of the Catalina Foothills Association for inquiries coming through the CFA, as there have been many. The CFA does not have any information beyond what is being shared by the Sheriff's Department, but will be fully cooperative if called upon for assistance. Thank you for joining, Nikki. Welcome back. Thank you for becoming a member today. Okay, we've got the wired device. Okay, now we're going to listen to... No, we're not going to listen to that. This one's interesting. Authorities are asking... They're asking Tesla owners to check their footage as well. So they're going beyond the door-to-door. They're asking people that own Teslas to check their footage.
All the homes in this neighborhood are spread out quite a bit, so they're looking for cameras, ring door cameras, maybe on the front door, maybe on the side of a car. Remember, in a lot of these cases, they ask for Tesla owners to go ahead and give us what you got because there's so many cameras around those Tesla vehicles. This is Nancy Guthrie. All the homes in this neighborhood are spread out quite a bit, so they're looking for cameras, ring door cameras, maybe on the front door, maybe on the side of a car. Remember, in a lot of these cases, they ask for Tesla owners to...
So that's pretty interesting. Are there a lot of Teslas in Arizona? I'm thinking that there probably are. Pamela, welcome. Thank you for becoming a member today. That happened on the same day that Nancy Guthrie was last seen. Wow. Thank you, Pamela, for your support. Here is another drone video. This says drone shows investigators conducting follow-up investigation at Nancy Guthrie's. The new note did not have any ransom demands or provide a way for the Guthrie family to communicate with the sender. I'm going to play this. This is some drone footage we can watch. There is no sound to this, guys, just so you know. You'll have to deal with hearing me. There we go. So apparently they're parked at the end of her driveway and they're walking to and from the house. They haven't gone, doesn't look further than this. You know, I don't really like that noise either. I think I am going to change it. It is a little dark and annoying. So whoever said that, I will change it just for you. What do you guys want the new subscriber alert to be like? You guys can pick. They were allegedly sent from California with $1,000 to purchase supplies for disguises, restraints, and burglary tools. But those kids got caught, right? Did they catch the teens? No, baby, you're right. I agree with you. The more that I hear it, I'm like, ugh. It's... Cheryl 420 says, please keep Nancy in your prayers. I agree. If that's... I can't put the JLR sound. I have to do something like fast. That's already on my computer. So this lady's carrying... What is this? What is that thing she's carrying? Do you see that big thing? Look at her. She can barely carry it. What is that big black container right there? Pam L. Thank you, Linda and Pam, for subscribing. Criminal Network says 7 days, not one search has taken place. We don't necessarily know that, though. You know, I need to go back. I think tomorrow I'm going to go live and play some of the press conferences from the very beginning, or play Megan and Ashley from last night, because they had clips from earlier press conferences queued up as well. It was really interesting. I know it didn't bother me until I started hearing it too. But yeah, you guys, I'm just going to let this drone footage roll while I fix this. The name of that sound was called Failure. Probably not a good one to pick. I don't think I want that one anymore. We'll use Yeezy. We'll use Yee. See if that works. The Bing Bong, I don't have that on there. Let's see if it changed.
La 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 la. You don't hold account.
That's better. It's going to be Yee now. You don't have accountability. I'll change it up though, like permanently. So there she's got more stuff in her hand, if you can see that. Let me make it bigger. So you guys can see what the hell they're doing. They're really trying to get in there and see them, but with all the trees and stuff, you can't. I don't know, Ryan Eats Crayons. Why are you talking about duct tape? Olivia B, what do you mean? Good to see you, Olivia B. This was before the car was towed last night. JLR just dropped a new video. Thank you. Okay. We will come back to this. Let me see what this one is. This is more drone footage. I just want to see where I'm at with this. This guy on Jack Posebic or whatever, former Arizona sheriff, said in these cases, 90% or more, it ends up being someone familiar to the person or even sometimes family. Early missteps, delayed search plane response emerge in Savannah Guthrie's mother's disappearance. Here's Yee fucking with the media here. That was funny. We'll watch that later. I just want to see if I didn't miss anything. This is a post that someone sent me. This is from 4 years ago. This shows that Nancy didn't have a Ring camera, according to Facebook. All right, let me get JLR's latest pulled up and we'll watch that. Sheriff spotted. Okay. Let's turn that one off. We'll go over here. This is a 5-minute one, guys. I'm going to go use the ladies' room while we watch this.
JLR investigates. Boots on the ground. I am in Tucson, Arizona. Where is 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie? I'm in front of the Pima County Sheriff's Department. There's some new reporting coming out by Fox News, who says that sheriff deputies, investigators were seen going into the Pima County Sheriff's Office with maps in their hand and then came out with maps. I want to share that information because something could be brewing here in Tucson, Arizona as the hunt for Nancy continues. It's 1 week now since she was kidnapped from her home in the middle of the night on the 1st of February. Check this out right here, maps. All right, investigators were seen Saturday afternoon entering the Pima County Sheriff's Department carrying what appeared to be a map. Fox News video from the scene shows 2 investigators holding what appears to be a large rolled piece of paper as authorities press forward with their investigation into Nancy Guthrie's disappearance. The investigators remain inside the Sheriff's Department for approximately 30 minutes before leaving, again carrying what appears to be the same map. Something's brewing, folks. Now, if there's maps,
something's brewing,
and they might be going into the woods somewhere outside Tucson, or maybe even in Tucson, or the Catalina foothills, or even in the mountain chain that is right in the backdrop. I want to show you the area, what the terrain looks like. First,
could be blueprints.
If they do search the area,
hey,
on
baby
any
girl.
type of grid search, any type of searching through woods terrain, or any type of SAR type operation, law enforcement operation, we will cover it. We'll know because we're here and media is on this case, so they'll know where they're at. That's one. Number 2, got a Jeep. I am here with a Jeep, so we can get to any location into the hills, into the mountains on the dirt road. That's why I got a Jeep. So when these things break off,
Jeep.
We'll try to get there and try to document what's going on. Now, I want to show you something, folks. I want to show you the terrain and area. Let me give you an example of what law enforcement is dealing with. If, in fact, Nancy is out there in the woods somewhere, she could be still in a safe house, but maps could be an indication that they plan to do some search in the wooded area. Here we go. Now, this is kind of what the terrain looks like all around Tucson. It's just rough and rugged, on top of like cactus and cacti. You can see a lot of cactus around here. There's cactus. You got to be very careful. Law enforcement needs to be very careful because this stuff will slice you up.
Slice?
This is the Catalina foothills area, but it's just like dirt.
Monday
Kinda
is the
just
second deadline.
This is just an example of what law enforcement will be dealing with here. Was she placed out somewhere in the desert? This is kind of like desert, rolling hills. Was she placed out there in the rural area and dumped somewhere, and they think they have an idea based off cellular, FBI cast.
He's hilarious.
Maps is an indication to me like they're planning something. But look at the area. So I'm not going to go too much farther into this, but you can clearly see what the area
Miss Mamakins,
looks like.
Thank you for joining
Now
today.
over where Nancy vanished, her neighborhood, same type of terrain, if not even more rugged than it is out here. So we will closely monitor the situation. It's on the ground. I went into the sheriff's office. I didn't see anyone with maps. I didn't see any sheriff's deputies out there. It is a Saturday. Is something brewing for Sunday or Monday? Remains to be seen. We will definitely cover it. And again, There's a lot of
Thank
news
you,
outlets
Colette.
out here. Like Fox News just gave that report about the maps. They reported that. News Nation's out here.
I love you too, Nanya.
Different local media's out here. Each one might bring something to the table about a new development. So, you know, we
Thank
are
you, Colette, for
just
your support,
scouring
girl.
of what is being put out there and then sharing it with all of you and following every twist and turn and latest development when it comes
Thank you for
to
joining, Glass.
Nancy Guthrie. Where is she? I am JLR Investigates. Boots on the ground, Tucson, Arizona. I will keep you updated.
Thank you so much for letting me know he just put out the new one. So we don't know if those are, woohoo, we hit 1,000 likes. All right, Potato. He's got the Mott's applesauce. He is who he is. He's himself. I've known him for a very long time. He is a person who has made some bad choices in life and has come out of it and is a different person. And I am always grateful to give people a chance when they've made changes in their life. It's amazing to watch. Thank you for subscribing up, guys. All right, should we go back to the X? Because there's another thing I wanted to show you guys today. Oops, I didn't mean to turn my camera off. Dirt. I hit the wrong button. Let's do this. Let's go back to the X for a minute. And I want to kind of get caught up on this. Okay, so Michael Ruiz posted that the reason that the agents were back at the Guthrie home was because of the search warrant was amended for the third time. They don't know why the search warrant was amended for the third time. Here is, oh my gosh, you guys are crazy. Thank you, Pretty Hate. Thank you for the super sticker. Thank you. All right, here we go. This is last night.
There are
Let's watch how dark it is.
All right, JLR Investigates, boots on the ground. I am in Tucson, Arizona, out front of the home of Annie Guthrie and Tommaso. Authorities.
Look how
just
dark it
here,
is,
just
y'all.
about a half hour ago, a forensic.
Like, you can barely see him. That's how freaking dark. He really has arc. He really has. He owns what he's done, and yeah, he has.
Vehicle that said forensics, along with Pima County sheriffs, actually went to the side of the house here, went in very shortly, retrieved something, and then left. Out here, it is pitch black out here at night. There are media vehicles camped out here. There's quite a few. And then also,
it's like a movie set.
Security guard is perched right over here. You can't really see it because there's no light out here. But the Guthries hired a personal security guard to
so dark
park right there at their house. They don't want anyone parked in front of their house right there. This is their home here. There was a light that went.
So is that Tucson then? Is that the city lights from Tucson? Yeah, Casey, we went over the ordinance. I had never heard of that before. Is that the city lights of Tucson though?
And flickered on and off. So somebody's in there, but
see, so last night the light flickered on and off inside Annie and Tommaso's house. It had been reported, I can't remember by who, don't hold me to who it was, but I did hear that investigators went to the door, knocked, and then left. And that there was a light that went on and off inside the house. So somebody was in there. But somebody had also reported that they saw Savannah leaving the sister's house earlier. So when I heard that there was a light that flicked on and off, they were originally thinking there was nobody left in there. But lo and behold, this light went on and off.
I don't know who. When it gets light, we'll be out here in the field covering what's going on. But I am out here. JLR Investigates. Check me out. We'll start doing live streaming. We'll see what's going on. We'll see if there's any other warrants being executed anywhere, arrests anywhere. Why were authorities just here at the home of Annie and Tommaso? Stay tuned. We will talk soon. JLR Investigates.
The darkness out there is just wild to me. I'd be scared by myself. This is pretty wild. So JLR says, this is JLR reporting this. Tommaso Sione's bandmate is a federal public defender. Did you guys know this? His name is Walter Gonsalves. They play in a band called Early Black. So this is his bandmate. He's a federal prosecutor? These people are wild. Mystic Light, thank you for your super chat. Does the family have any vacation or property homes? That's a good question because it's being reported today that Tommaso owns other properties. So I haven't gotten to that yet, but we will get there. So that he's saying that this guy here is a federal prosecutor. We have another thing. Oh, this is the bandmate, I guess. Oh, he's got it right here. Look, Walter Gonsalves Jr., Assistant Federal Public Defender at Federal Public Defender. He went to the University of Arizona, the James E. Rogers College of Law, and it says he's a federal public defender in Tucson, Arizona. That's one of his bandmates.
Says that a joint?
Brian Ramples, thank you for gifting a membership.
Or is it a cigar?
MAGA Mama received that. Thank you for your support. Defender. Federal Public Defender. Thank you so much, Brian. Yeah. That's really interesting, isn't it? It just keeps getting more of a web, of connections. It's pretty wild. I'm sorry, my dogs made your dogs go nuts. Now we have reported that Joseph Petito, Gabby Petito's father, has posted and said, we need a federal bureau for missing people. Every missing person should have access to federal resources to help find them. Everybody deserves the same attention. Together we can make it happen. So I don't know if Joseph Petito has posted about Nancy. However, he's saying everybody deserves the same attention. Okay, and then we've got, let's see. Oh, okay. Now we've got Nancy's neighbor. Nancy's neighbor told the FBI about how white her roof looked. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Nancy, for gifting 5. Let's see who got those. Kim, Casey, JoJo, Ark, and PJ Second Chance. Welcome to the Truthers. Thank you so much. So this is the neighbor right here. Can you guys see her?
Is that a joint?
She's the one that alerted authorities and said her roof looks a little white.
Is that a joint?
It looks like it's recently been done. She suggested that they look to see if it had been recoded lately, potentially leading to any suspects. She said that her garage roof is flat and it easily gets dirty. So when she saw the drone footage and saw how white Nancy's roof was, it drew suspicion due to the previous weather events in the area recently. What a smart woman. If I had applause, I would give it to her. I mean, it was that tip that led the FBI to seizing that solar-powered camera. How they didn't see the solar panel is beyond me. But hey, what a smart neighbor. These neighbors have done a lot of good. These neighbors have done a lot of good. Thank you, Shell, for your super sticker. I appreciate your support. What a smart woman. There's a lot of little tidbits that you miss, and that's why I've been enjoying saving these on X to go over with you guys. Okay, so JLR says here that Fox News is reporting the wrong Circle K. Sorry again if my dogs make your dogs go crazy. They're out of control today. A lot of people are outside because it's a little bit warmer than it's been. So anyways, he says they're reporting the wrong Circle K. Authorities were at the Circle K right by Annie and Tommaso's home. See, and Fox is here looking at the Circle K down here. Interesting. For those that think JLR's full of shit, Look at Fox getting the wrong Circle K. This is the Circle K they were at right by Annie and Tommaso's home. Here's another photo. Then we've got, let's see, 5 hours ago, they said they had no pressers scheduled for today. So as far as we know today, there is no pressers. And then here is another one. So this is Senator Mark Kelly. He says that Savannah Guthrie called him before the public knew that Nancy Guthrie was missing. Let's listen.
Well, I first learned of it, before it was public. Savannah called me, because she knows I live here. And then I called the sheriff, and I called the Tucson police chief.
So this guy, wait, this is a little bit weird. Okay, I got to put my hat on. I think it's tinfoil time on Jay is for Justice. So before they notified law enforcement, they called the senator. Is that normal? Is that normal for the highfalutin to just call the senator and be like, hey, can you call the sheriff and tell him my mom's missing? He's the former astronaut. He is? His wife is the one that was shot several years ago. Oh. It's definitely tinfoil time because he notified the sheriff that Nancy was missing. So that tells me, hold on a second, then who called 911? Who called 911, y'all? Because we heard, before it was public. Before it was public. Okay, let's just listen. Let's calm down.
Well, I first learned of it, before it was public. Savannah called me, because she knows I live here. And then I called the sheriff, and I called the Tucson police chief. So that was, that was mid-afternoon on Sunday. And Savannah was on the way to the airport to fly here. And obviously rather upset. So I've been doing whatever I can do. She's a friend. I've known her, and I just want to be there to support her. And I could hear. I didn't have much information, but I could hear, how stressful of a situation this was for her. But this case is in very capable hands with the sheriff and with the FBI, and I know they're doing everything they can. Well, I first learned of it, before it was public.
When did it first go public? I mean, how long was she missing before it went public? Does anybody know? He's a former astronaut. I don't know who this guy is. I don't know why I don't know him, but I don't. JLR reports here that there is a church right down the road from Nancy called the Catalina Foothills Church. Do we know if this is Nancy Guthrie's church? Have we heard what church it is? Right, I got that wrong. He knew before it went public, yes. She has a lot of pull, so she's using it. Mark Kelly has been to space. So has Katy Perry. And so have the latest ones. They had space sex. Seth, you almost made me spit out my pop. Seth Stories says he's the drummer. Oh my God, you guys are too much. You guys are way too much. Wait, hold on. What is this sidebar over here? Hold on. Yeah, here's the property records where it shows. See, this is what I looked up, but somebody else looked it up as well on X. This is Nancy's revocable trust. This is her house. And as you can see, it says that there's taxes due. 25 taxes. But it doesn't appear that hers might not be late. Because it says interest date is 5/1/2026. But Annie does have a red exclamation point which tells me it's late. Okay, so we have 3 hours ago. This is Brian Enton. Let's listen.
They have reopened the road. Hey guys, so I'm outside Nancy Guthrie's house. They have reopened the road today. You guys remember yesterday they like shut everything down, moved us all out. So the FBI and the sheriff's office is now gone. The road is open back up. We can get right back in front of the house again. There's no crime scene tape again. So it's kind of back to the way that it was. We obviously had our drone up yesterday, so we were able to see some of what they were doing. They took a camera off it was on the roof, it looked like. I think they took the floodlight out of the back. They towed Nancy's car. If you look back at my videos, I have video of that. And the latest today is the sheriff's office has said there are no planned press conferences today. There's no updates coming out unless something significant happens. So we're back outside the house. I'll keep you guys posted with what happens today. I got a couple little leads that I'm going to follow up on. And everybody's sort of back to where they were here after sort of a pretty eventful day. I'm thinking a lot about what President Trump said on Air Force One, saying that there could be a solution soon. So it seems like things are moving behind the scenes. We have another crew over at Annie's house. So I'll keep you guys posted.
Mrs. Ed, because it could show money problems. And considering that this crime, everybody's saying it's probably money motivated. If you aren't paying your taxes, you might be having money problems. Here's another Fox drone footage. Wait, this one says, video from the Fox flight team shows the broken white floodlight next to Nancy Guthrie's back door has been removed. So it's gone. It only took them a week, but they finally removed the damaged floodlight right here. It's gone. And then it says here, this is Nerdy Addict. He says a Bitcoin ATM sits at the Circle K that investigators reviewed surveillance at. This guy says, for what it's worth, the Google Maps app shows there is a Bitcoin depot, Bitcoin ATM right there. Right at 2332 North Oracle Road. There's a Bitcoin ATM. Interesting. This is another one that Nerdy put up. This is local detectives and FBI have canvassed the area between two Guthrie homes searching for a video of an unidentified man. What? Hold on. What's going on here? Unidentified man.
Okay, that's
Which one?
this right here.
That Bronco is FBI?
I'm sure. I don't know if it's FBI or just TPD.
Or what?
Or TPD. They didn't say. They were just dressing them.
Oh, really? So just plain clothes?
Yeah, like normal citizens. She had a badge. But I don't know if he was like something else.
Yeah. Did you get any like foresight that they were coming?
No, they didn't. They just showed up.
Oh yeah, look at there's their badges.
That's why I could tell. That's why I remember what time they came in, just because it was like this guy here.
So Friday at 1:58 p.m.
Friday at 1:58 p.m.
Yeah.
Can I see the view of them inside at the counter? They're there.
Yeah.
Do you remember what they asked you about?
They just said if they could see camera footage.
And what did you give them?
They came back here. And then that's about it.
And you don't know what they looked at?
No.
Hmm.
They're looking for some guy, that's about it.
Did they give you like a description of what guy they were looking for?
No, not necessarily. Just said looking for a guy that got away. That's what they said, or some shit like that.
He said, did you hear him? He said, we're looking for a guy that got away. This is from Fox News Digital. Fox News Digital. Local detectives and FBI have canvassed the area between the two Guthrie homes searching for a video of an unidentified man. And this is the person that works at the gas station.
And you don't know what they looked at?
No. They're looking for some guy, that's what I mean.
Did they give you like a description of what guy they were looking for?
No, not necessarily. They said looking for a guy that got away. That's what they said, or some shit like that.
Did he give you like a description of what he looked like?
No description.
What do you guys think of that? Do you believe this? I mean, it's...
I could tell, No, they didn't. They just showed up.
Oh yeah, look at, there's their badges.
That's why I could tell, that's why I remembered what time they came in, just because it was like this guy here.
So Friday at 1:58 p.m.
Yeah.
Can I see the view of them inside at the counter?
Hey, jump ass. I mean, he's showing the video of them walking in.
Yep, there they are.
Yeah.
Do you remember what they asked you about?
They just said if they could see camera footage.
And what did you give them?
They came back here.
This happened yesterday. Today's Saturday, so yesterday.
And you don't know what they looked at?
No.
I mean, this is them right there at the thing asking to see the camera footage.
They're looking for some guy, that's what I mean.
Did they give you like a description of what guy they were looking for?
No, not necessarily. They said looking for a guy that got away. That's what they said, or some shit like that.
Did he give you like a description of what he looked like?
No description.
And there's the guy right there. That's who JLR needs to talk to. This guy. Someone get this to JLR. He needs to find this guy. I don't know why he released it. Okay, we're done with that. We're done with our updates on X for now. So let me switch gears. Hold on. We're going to go back over to YouTube.
You don't hold account.
This right here, I want to play this video and walk through it with you guys.
The ransom note, the authorities confirmed yesterday that it was the same note sent to all three media outlets, TMZ and two Tucson local television stations. That was a question Jim had been asking from the beginning. And we're told by the FBI, same note, three different recipients. And now Harvey Levin is offering new details of what was in the letter. Here's a little of what he told Aaron Burnett last night, SOT 5.
The Monday deadline is far more consequential. I will say this, that they do mention an Apple Watch, as the FBI said, and they do mention the floodlight, the damaged floodlight. There is something else, and it is the placement of the Apple Watch, which has not come out. And if that placement is accurate, I'm sure that is something that puts this letter on the FBI's radar. They went to great lengths in sending this email to us, in making sure that it stays anonymous. I don't know that the FBI is at all close to figuring out where it came from. They began the letter. I don't think I'm giving anything away here. They began the letter by saying that that Nancy is okay but scared. So they say she is okay, and also that she's aware of the letter and the demands.
That Nancy Guthrie herself is aware of it.
Yes.
So that's very interesting, the part about the watch, guys, because one of the questions at the presser yesterday was, okay, you know, you're saying in this note, they referenced the Apple Watch and something about the floodlights on her home. Well, you can see the floodlights on her home from outside. Like there are pictures right now on Fox News Digital showing them. You know, it's not like a big news thing. And the reports about her Apple Watch hit, I think, on Monday, like right after this story first became national news. So, and the ransom notes, as far as we know, did not go to the to the media outlets until we believe Tuesday. So the question was asked to the FBI, like, why do we believe these are real as opposed to somebody who just heard information in the news and then try to capitalize on this family's pain? And the FBI director seemed like he didn't say, oh, no, there's other stuff in the note. He was like, that's one of the things we're considering. But now you have Harvey Levin saying, no, there was something specifically about the placement of the Apple Watch, which he suggested only the kidnapper could know if the placement of the watch, as described in this note, were correct. If the person, maybe they said she had it right on her bedside table next to a picture of the one grandchild and a notepad. Maybe it was something that truly only the kidnapper could know. So that's one of the reasons why he's taking it very specifically or very, very seriously. There's one other thing. There's two other things I want to play, but let's just start there. What do you make of Harvey's take on the specifics of the note?
I'd like to know if that note is, how similar is it to the one that the guy got arrested for? So that first and foremost is kind of sparking my interest, because I need to totally rule that guy out for everything else, which law enforcement may have done that already. But the specifics,
they're saying they're not related.
Okay. I mean, look, I think the FBI is doing what they should be doing first and foremost, which is taking it seriously. It doesn't mean it's real. It means they're taking it seriously because they don't know if it's not real. And so, how much do people vary in where they put their watches? Or did they put the watch in a certain place and then mention that? I don't know that. And so I think speculating on the reality or the realism of these notes, even though they sound very compelling, it may not be anything, or it may be, again, Megan, 41 minutes in a home before you abduct somebody. It just may be the fact that people who were in there know her and know that house, and they're using this as a ruse, and they can say these specific things because they were in there for that long, whether they meant to hurt her or not, or wake her up or not.
Wait, are you suggesting like if they took her life and now they're just play acting that there's a kidnapping underway? It
very well could be. I mean, that would not be the first time that has happened. And it would not be the first time that people have gone into if it was a sexual assault,
Have a great
as
day,
we were talking
Penny.
about earlier. I doubt that individual that would go into the house and do a sexual assault of that nature of an elderly woman is going to go down the road of this ruse. So those wouldn't be probably connected. But a family member, we have seen in the past where they have tried to send the police down another road, either blaming somebody or some type of ruse. So I could see that occurring, especially if the death was not intentional.
Let me get to two other sound bites from Harvey describing what's in the note. Here's SOT 6A to Hannity.
I don't know, but the way it's written, they say this is it. It's the only communication, and the police aren't going to be able to help you. They're that bold saying that. There is a phrase in this email that absolutely makes me believe this person who wrote this, and if they're telling the truth, that Nancy is within a radius of the Tucson area, not in Tucson right now, but in a radius. It could be New Mexico. I don't know how far, but I think at least what the authorities have is they've got a radius, and that's something.
There's a little bit more on her allegedly being in the Tucson area where he spoke with Aaron Burnett, SOT 6.
I have something to say, but I'll wait.
My sense is whoever sent this letter is based in the Tucson area. And I say that because of a reference made in the letter, a sentence in the letter. It feels to me, reading it, that this is Tucson based. And I think that's a fair analysis based on, my discussions today in the office and just reading this letter. So this doesn't feel like this is somebody out of state or out of the country who hatched this plan. It feels more localized.
And then today on his show, he expanded even further, saying why he believes she might be held in the Tucson area if this note's real. Quote, there is a demand of millions in Bitcoin for Nancy's safe return, and there is a time frame.
Okay, so we've never heard a dollar amount. She just said millions, not a specific number, but we've never heard.
There's a demand of millions in Bitcoin for Nancy's.
We've never heard them say millions or anything.
Safe return. And there is a time frame for how long it would take Nancy to be returned to Tucson after getting the money. Now, I disagree with Harvey. That does not mean that this person is not overseas. He could be overseas, and this whole thing is a fraud. He's trying to take advantage of Nancy Guthrie's disappearance. He could absolutely be sitting someplace in India doing this whole thing. Harvey's suggesting if it's real, then the person's got her near Tucson, because obviously he's suggesting, Chad, that they could have her back very quickly once they get their millions.
Yeah, and I think what it really boils down to, I mean, if we're just using common sense here, it's not like they took her to an airport or even an FBO and got her on a private plane, right? You got to have an ID unless you got some, janky airfield behind your.
Wait, what did he say? What's an FBO? Who is this guy? What's an FBO? Does anybody know what an FBO is? I see nothing on Brian Enton's about any press conference. Not on Facebook, not on X.
It's not like they took her to an airport or even an FBO and got her on a private plane, right? You got to have an ID unless you got some, janky airfield behind your house in the middle of the desert and threw her on some prop plane. Probably very highly unlikely. So we can probably eliminate that aspect. So where is she? Does this mean she's right in that immediate area? I don't know. It's hard for me to believe that you would risk getting in a car and driving states away with her in the vehicle, risking getting pulled over, risking getting in an accident, anything like that. I call bullshit.
That's a good point. I mean, how seriously should we take these notes, Jim?
All right, let's break it down.
That person was a troll. Why would you troll and say there's a press conference when there's not? Like, that's so stupid.
Cases that I've worked over the years with some similarity to this one, or certainly I'm familiar with. We'll just focus on the note now. It's either a hoax or it's real. And I'm sure investigators are looking at both.
That's so profound. Okay, I could say that. Let's look at the note here, guys. It's either fake or it's real. Profound. Can we put JLR in the scene first instead?
Possibilities there. If it's a hoax, it could be for three separate reasons. Just an opportunist saying, hey, I'm going to make some quick money off this, like you just described. They're in India, Gigi. Eastern Europe somewhere. They have nothing to do with the case. If it's, it could be harassment. Just could be some college kids having fun with this. Hey, I know how to, put these emails together. I watched, Criminal Minds back in the day, and they put something together. Or,
college
and this brings us back now to what is
college kids? What is he talking about?
The reason for the abduction? For profit, or is it for a revenge taking of this woman and possibly doing bad things to her? And they put this out, as I described yesterday, a POMIC, post-offense manipulation of investigation communication. Lots of syllables. I coined that term because I was seeing these things happening in other cases I worked over the years, certainly back in the late 90s and early 2000s. And it's a whole sort of separate set of letters that people were putting together. So is someone sophisticated enough who took Mrs. Guthrie, then put her somewhere, not still alive and not alive, and said, hey, I'm going to become a suspect. I better put this fake email out to 2 news stations and TMZ. Why TMZ? I'm not sure, but that's probably what the person watches. And that's a clue, too, about who this person is.
They watch TMZ.
So the investigators have to handle this as being real. I've never said they shouldn't, but they also have to consider other options here.
International disputes, inflation,
I cannot. Okay, I've got another one that I want to go over with you guys.
Here's the other thing that's really bothering me about.
Let's listen carefully to
I agree
this
with you
one.
that the reporters, many of them did a good job, but there were some glaring questions that were not asked. The timeline was changed dramatically on Sunday morning. What this sheriff had been saying to us before was that at 11 o'clock or just after 11 a.m. on Sunday morning, the family was notified by a friend in the church who noticed Nancy didn't attend, and they went over to her house, and about an hour later, they called 911. That was the story this whole
That
week.
created a lot of consternation.
Then we got to the... And many people said, why did it take an hour? How do you, like, especially seeing blood outside of the house, like Brian Ensign got on camera, who would take an hour? Now, then last night, or yesterday at the presser, that totally shifted. He said they got to the house and discovered she was missing at 11:57
Sporty Spices
a.m. So we've lost a whole hour now, the controversial hour, and called law enforcement 5 minutes later at 12:03.
Yeah, I think it was 7 minutes later.
Sorry, my math
Which,
is
by
off.
the way,
My math is off. Okay,
7 is lightning fast.
That's fast. Okay, so it's a dramatic difference. But here, let's just listen. Here's what he had said prior to yesterday. This was the story, SOT 18.
Sometime earlier that morning, they got a call from somebody at the church who said, "Hey, your mom's not here." The family went to the house. I'm thinking they spent some time looking for her themselves before they called us. So I'm guessing maybe they got there around 11. So they did some searching and realized we need some help, and they called 911.
She was dropped off at 9:30,
Okay.
and she was found to be missing at about 11 o'clock.
I think we need to walk through his first statement. Okay. Listen to the first statement first.
We got a call from somebody at the church who said, "Hey, your mom's not here."
So we've got the report of hey, someone from the church called and said, "Hey, your mom Nancy isn't here." Now we found out that she attended virtually. She went to virtual church. And you're going to find out in here that the virtual church was not like a Zoom where you can see all the participants. The church members would not be able to see her from what is being reported. And you're going to learn that in this. What's the church statement? What did the church, I don't know what church she went to, Ark. What is the church statement from Nancy's church? Yeah, I don't know if we know where.
The family went to the house. I'm thinking they spent some time looking for her themselves before they called us. So I'm guessing maybe they got there around 11.
Okay, so he threw out a time. They spent some time searching for her. They haven't said they spoke to the person who made the call to Annie. No, Liz, actually, Ashley and Megan report about the church in this video. So let's keep watching. Hey, Tits McGee. Good to see you, Sweet Pea.
So they did some searching and realized we need some help, and they called 911.
She was dropped off at 9:30.
They did some searching and realized we need some help and called 911. Now, is it possible, like, what door did they go in when they got there? Did they go in through the garage? Did they go in through the front door where the blood was? Where did they search? The sheriff's not guilty. I mean, what is he guilty of? Maybe being a little bit of a doofus and who talks too much, sloppy. But other than that, I don't think he's guilty. He's something, that's for sure. But I think that's weird. Where'd they look?
And she was found to be missing at about 11 o'clock Sunday morning.
I know that when we got there, the family was already there, and they had already spent some time looking, as you would expect. Probably we got an hour delay there from them. Not anything intentional, just that,
We had an hour there, not anything intentional. Just an hour. Or he totally backtracks on everything.
They went and looked and made some calls, and then they decided.
Okay, so they went and looked and made some calls. I wonder who they called. Did both of them go over there in the morning? Who went over to check on her in the morning? Was it just Nancy? Was was it just Annie? Was it Annie and Tommaso? Who went over in the morning? And why did that hour change? Anybody know?
We better call 911. And at 11:56 a.m., the family checks on Nancy and discovers her missing. And at 12:03
Thanks,
p.m.,
Yorkie.
911 is called in to the Pima County Sheriff's Department.
What? Because just to underscore it here, first they got a call from a friend at the church around 11:10. Then he says it was at about 11. Then he told you, that middle clip is on your show. He says they found out about 11 and it was about an hour delay before they called 911. Now, yesterday, he says they checked on Nancy and discovered her missing at 11:57.
Oh.
Right? Is it I keep
11:57. I didn't catch that. They checked on her, so it makes it sound like it was a random check. However, they got the call from the church, supposedly.
57,
No, that's the right
53.
number.
I don't have
That's
it in
right
front of me.
number.
Yeah, 57. So what do you mean? Because we've also, in the midst of all that, had both the Daily Mail and Brian Enton yesterday told us as well, reporting that Nancy Guthrie wasn't going to church physically anymore and hadn't been since the COVID pandemic, that she'd been joining the live stream the church offers and participating from her home. Moreover, the Daily Mail reports it wasn't a Zoom situation where the congregants could see who was joining virtually. It was just a live stream being blasted out by the church, outgoing only. And therefore, no one would be aware of whether Nancy was participating or not. So how do we go from she talked to a friend who was concerned at the church, which you heard him say on camera there, and they took him an hour and then they called 911, to now it's they checked on Nancy and discovered her missing and within moments called 911.
Yeah, I think these are all things that lead to an even bigger mystery and a little confusion. I always give law enforcement grace when there's so much going on and there's an exigent circumstance, and now all these ransom notes, which have taken law enforcement's direction elsewhere. Let's be honest, this is awful. These ransom notes, especially the one in California, if this guy is guilty of this, it has taken their attention away. But it's a, fog of war is not easy. I can understand how there'd be communication breakdown. There's other agencies coming in, sharing of information, maybe telephone, the game of telephone makes mistakes. But I do think that it adds to another element of confusion about this.
I think you're being too nice in this situation. With all due respect to the sheriff, you know as well as I do, the time she was discovered missing is very important.
It's critical.
It's not fog of war. It is not fog of war. That you know.
Yeah, it shouldn't be. Maybe the dissemination of it was, though. The only grace I give is that it is a complicated task that they're undergoing, and we don't make it
Nobody
easier.
asked about it. Somebody in that room needed to say, "You've adjusted the timeline dramatically, Sheriff. Why?"
Yeah, no, there was lots that I wish they'd followed up on the car
Go to
being
the
towed
next
and being
presser.
processed by warrant. I mean, where was that? Like, hold it.
You and I are going to have to fly out there for the next one. Literally, I think you and I are going to have to fly out there together for the next one. That's at least 4 questions, 2 for you and 2 for me.
Do it,
Yeah,
ladies.
seriously. I was very frustrated because
Do
it was
it,
like,
ladies.
that's an obvious one. Ask that. And the one about the car was the other one. Like he just sort of elided around it. It was like,
yeah,
car, standard search warrant, court orders,
the house,
crime scene.
not which house.
Wait.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I know.
Nancy's house is the crime scene. Was it towed from Nancy's house or was it towed from Annie's house, Sheriff? And whose car was it? Why, and if it's Annie's, why are you towing Annie's car?
I only think that since many of the breaking pieces of information that I had were addressed bullet by bullet in that news conference,
Yes.
that when he said
He did that
the
right at the top.
car being towed, I assumed that was because I reported that Annie's car has been towed and is now in evidence. I assumed that's what he was saying because he said the car towed from the house. That's standard. As per warrant, it's being processed. So he didn't say from Nancy's house. He didn't say from Annie's house. I can only go on. He was bulleting my my reports and trying to knock them down. But did you hear what he said about the cameras? Something else I picked up on.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah. big time.
All right, before we talk about the cameras, let me just say quickly, we actually did reach out. We went and tried to pull the warrants to see if they were public. They're under seal, so we can't get them right now to see exactly what they got a warrant for. But let's talk about the cameras, because that's another piece of your reporting that has come under fire. First, tell us what your reporting is, and then we'll talk about what he said.
So the exact words that were used is that the Nest, and I was told Nest cameras, that was the first time that they'd been named. They weren't Ring cameras, they were Nest cameras, plural, were smashed. That was the wording. Nest cameras were smashed. And when asked about that, the sheriff said, well, first he'd reported they were removed, and in the time.
We got a cooter chat from Kels.
Order dinner now. Kissing face emoji.
Oh, she said, order dinner now. Kisses, Kels. Thank you. Thank you, babe. Do you think they mean it's the same blood type, but not actually hers? No, I think they say it's just hers. Leave Nothing But Footprints says, I love boobs. Thank you for letting us know that. Leave Nothing But Footprints. My day's complete. You like boobies. He's a breast man.
Timeline called them disconnected. But when asked about them being smashed, he said, smashed. I don't know where you got the information about smashed, but we're not confirming that. And then
I don't know where you look at their faces. I actually like these two together. Love them or hate them. I love it. I love it. Brian Rambles just gifted another Truth Seeker membership to Peak October. Welcome in, girl. Thank you, Cheryl. Hello. He's like, I don't know where you got smashed, but we're not confirming that. She edited CM off the panel. So Nancy Grace really kicked Chris McDonough off her panel? If anybody has the clip of Chris McDonough from the interview room getting booted off Nancy Grace in real time, please send it to my email.
But when asked about them being smashed, he said, smashed. I don't know where you got the information about smashed, but we're not confirming that. And then, and then he did confirm it is plural, that there were more than one. And that was something that I reported, that there wasn't just the one that Brian Ensign saw the bracket left behind. By the way, he went further about that. And it was interesting. He said, regarding the disconnected camera, do you believe that camera was taken? And the sheriff said, we do not have it in our possession. We have not located it. So does that mean that the perpetrator smashed?
So that was what he said about that. He said that we do not have it in our possession. Like what?
He went further about that. And it was interesting. He said, regarding the disconnected camera, do you believe that camera was taken? And the sheriff said, we do not have it in our possession. We have not located it. So does that mean that the perpetrator smashed those cameras off the brackets and took them away? Maybe he just does.
Clearly.
So here's the Google Nest. This is the bracket. This is the freaking doorbell thing. And as you can see, this is not damaged. This shit ain't damaged at all. And you need like this little tool to get it out. It's a pain in the ass. To be honest with you, I have one of these. And let me, I don't know if I should admit this. This is stupid. One man army, no one's laughing at her disappearance. Shut up. Don't come in here and be all touchy in your feelies. We're not laughing at the situation. But listen, mine is still empty because it's a pain in the ass. Well, how do you know that, Radek? What is her church? What's the name of her church, Radek?
Here he is. Let me play for the audience. It's top 14. It's a montage.
Sunday morning, early morning at 1:47 a.m., the doorbell camera disconnects. The doorbell camera, it was removed. We know that, but we're not confirming that any cameras were smashed or destroyed around the house. I don't know where that came from, but that's something we're not confirming.
When you say the doorbell camera was disconnected, do you believe that that camera was taken?
We do not have it in our possession. We've not located it.
It's a yes.
Well, I mean, it's off the bracket. How do you get it off the bracket? Do you bring a screwdriver or do you smash it? Or is this semantics? I don't know. But to me, it was pretty telling that that's more of my reporting that has borne out.
And then we
see vindication for Ashley. Vindication for Ashley. This is another part that she reported. That was true.
We're able to get to the bottom of. Yesterday, we got very confused as we looked at the timeline that they put up about how he was saying the doorbell cameras were disconnected, and then minutes later, there was a picture captured of a person.
No, not a picture.
They don't have the image because
it's the alert.
No, I know, but there was an alert. Yeah. The point is not whether it was a picture or a written text. The point is that they got a communication from a camera.
Yeah.
After they said the doorbell cameras were disconnected, which was confusing. And what they said was there were other cameras. That was basically the explanation. We reached out to the FBI. Plural. We reached out to the sheriff's office. We went back and watched the end of the presser where they did reference there being more than just the doorbell cameras. And the sheriff's office, too, clarified basically there were other cameras. And it was one of these other cameras that alerted them to the image of a person. The sheriff later said could have been an animal, too.
Alerted to activity.
At the house.
And the secret is here, and it's a great message to everybody who's watching and listening. If you have a doorbell service of some kind, whether it's Nest, Ring.com, or any of the services, you pay for a subscription to be able to get your history. Or for many of them, it's just a live alert. There's someone at your door right now. You can look and you might be able to talk to them. But once that's done, it's gone. You don't have
and this is what we talked about yesterday, remember?
Archive of it. So if you come home and you wonder who is skulking around your front door, unfortunately, if you don't have the service, the subscription, you can't go back and look at all the alerts and what they actually recorded. And that was what I think they were trying to tell us.
International
Okay, we've got one more to watch. This one's pretty good, too.
We showed you earlier this week the Instagram message that Savannah and her siblings posted to their mother and to her suspected captors. They dropped it on Wednesday evening, and we talked about how it was strange. This is not a judgment of how they handled themselves. This is an observation about the odd messaging and whether it means something, whether it was potentially directed by the kidnapper to be an acknowledgement of something. It was just so odd in the way it was presented and phrased. And that could have been completely just at law enforcement's direction for reasons we don't understand, or it could have been some sort of a signal that was asked for by a kidnapper, or it could have just been the family's choices while under duress. We don't know, but we're trying to figure out what we can. This part in particular is coming back to surface, and we'll explain why, and pay particularly close attention to the ending. Watch.
On behalf of our family, we want to thank all of you for the prayers for our beloved mom, Nancy. We feel them, and we continue to believe that she feels them too. Our mom is a kind, faithful, loyal, fiercely loving woman of goodness and light. She is funny, spunky, and clever. She has grandchildren that adore her and
We're going to be getting into the Silence of the Lambs.
Out around her and cover her with kisses. She loves fun and adventure. She is a devoted friend. She is full of kindness and knowledge. Talk to her and you'll see.
Talk to her and you'll see.
Okay,
it's kind of an interesting phrase. And notice how Savannah's sister Annie seems to take a deep breath at that very moment.
Yes. See, they picked up what we did, guys. Vindicated, J for J. Vindicated, J for J in chat. We are vindicated. If you were here yesterday when we covered this, we said the exact same things.
It sounds like a phrase we might have heard before, and online sleuths confirm indeed we probably have. They discovered that line is from the 1991 horror crime film Silence of the Lambs. Before we play the clip, let me tell you what the movie's about. Most of you know, but some of our audience is younger and may not. The main character, Clarice Starling, is played by Jodie Foster. Starling is investigating the kidnapping of Catherine Martin, the 25-year-old daughter of the fictional Senator Ruth Martin. Catherine, the daughter, has been kidnapped by Buffalo Bill, a serial killer who skins his female victims. In the scene where the phrase "talk to her and you'll see" is used, it's the kidnapping victim's mother, Senator Ruth Martin, sending a message to her daughter's captor. Watch.
Our top story for this morning. Catherine Martin, the 25-year-old daughter of Senator Ruth Martin, listed first as a missing person, is now believed to have been kidnapped by the serial killer known only as Buffalo Bill. Memphis police sources indicate that the missing girl's blouse has been identified, sliced up the back in what has become a kind of grim, all too familiar calling card. Young Catherine Martin, as we've said, is the only daughter of U.S. Senator Ruth Martin, the Republican junior senator from Tennessee. And while her kidnapping is not at this point considered to be politically motivated, nevertheless, it has stirred the government to its highest levels. Reach for comment on the ski slopes of Stowe, Vermont. The president himself said to be, and I quote, intensely concerned. Just moments ago, Senator Martin takes this dramatic personal plea.
I'm speaking now to the person who's holding my daughter. Catherine is very gentle and kind. Talk to her and you'll see.
You heard that right at the end? Let's watch them back to back.
She is full of kindness and knowledge. Talk to her and you'll see.
I'm speaking now to the person who's holding my daughter. Catherine is very gentle and kind. Talk to her and you'll see.
So creepy.
Both reference how kind the person is and end with "talk to her and you'll see." Now, we're not the only ones who noticed this, and it's getting a lot of attention on social media today. It is one of many, many, many developments that we need to go through. We're going to try to unpack what this means and more with Drop Dead Serious podcast host and long-term crime reporter, among other kinds of reporting.
Yeah, we need our
Ashley
tinfoil hats.
Banfield. Ashley, welcome back. It is an eerie similarity, and the choice of words could be completely coincidental, or it might not be. It could be something the FBI suggested, something much in the way, if you ever watched that movie Contagion during the pandemic, starring Matt Damon, it had what the CDC would do in the case of a pandemic so exact. You knew that there was definitely a playbook from which the CDC had behaved, and that they had shared that playbook with the filmmakers in this movie that was made long before the COVID pandemic. And it did make me wonder whether, in preparing Silence of the Lambs, the filmmakers consulted with an FBI hostage negotiator, that kind of person, who gave them the kind of messaging that they would typically give the family members of a kidnapped victim, and it made its way into the script, and it may have made its way into Savannah's script too, in quite the similar manner.
Very astute, because in fact, Jonathan Demme, who created Silence of the Lambs, did confer with the FBI, did have multiple investigators with the FBI and agents with the FBI actually consult on the movie. John Douglas, one of the most famous profilers, worked on Silence of the Lambs. So it's entirely possible that there is an age-old playbook with all sorts of options and suggestions for agents to use when trying to make communications like this. And we were told by the FBI that they were working in concert with the Guthrie family, as they should be, to help guide them through this extraordinary process. They were very careful also to say that in the end, all scripting is up to the final decision of the family, who's going to read it, which is obvious. But the guidance was clearly annotated yesterday when they said that they were there. We saw them go in with the ring light and the Apple tripod, the iPhone tripod, to help set up the actual shoot for them as well. So it's maybe not that surprising that perhaps pieces of an FBI playbook were used, maybe unknowingly to the agents today, that had been used, decades ago in the creation of Silence of the Lambs.
See you later, G. Ferrero.
It does make you wonder what else in the messaging that we've heard from the family, because of course last night Cameron Guthrie, the brother of Savannah and Andy, issuing his own direct-to-camera statement, just him without the sisters. And that was interesting. In both of the video messages and in Savannah's Instagram post that was written, which preceded both of these video messages, there's just there are odd phrases that really have us wondering whether they have had more communication with a potential kidnapper than they're letting on, which would be totally appropriate. Obviously, they're not going to tell all of us everything that's happening. But her Instagram post sounded a little unlike Savannah. For one thing, Ashley, it was not capitalized, which, okay, it's a social media thing. You could make the case that a lot of people don't capitalize. But Savannah normally does. She does normally capitalize. We went back and checked her Instagram and her Twitter. And much like yours truly, and I imagine you too, most journalists would capitalize. We're not 20 and we're just sort of in the business. So it's like we pay attention to those things. But on this post of all posts, like
we have a new statement from the Guthries. I am getting it pulled up now.
The most important post of her life to date. This is the one that came out the night before the video of the three siblings. She posted on Tuesday evening. This is all without caps, even at the beginning of the very first sentence. We believe in prayer. We believe in voices raised in unison, in love, in hope. We believe in goodness. We believe in humanity. Above all, we believe in him. Him is capitalized. Nothing else is. Thank you again, the beginning of a sentence, not capitalized, for lifting your prayers with ours for our beloved mom, our dearest Nancy. The mentioning of her name, clearly that was suggested by law enforcement, trying to get her name, humanize her. Nancy, she has a name, she has kids, and goes on. And then it ends with a quote, a Bible quote, and then listen to how she cites it. She writes in quotes, he, that's capitalized, will keep in perfect peace those whose hearts are steadfast, trusting in the Lord. Lord is capitalized, end quote. A verse of Isaiah for all time, for all of us. Bring her home. You know Savannah. I know Savannah too. That doesn't sound like her. A verse of Isaiah for all time, for all of us. I don't know whether this is all coded, Ashley, but the messages are being very carefully coordinated, it seems to me, and may just be what law enforcement is telling them or could be responsive to some sort of a demand.
Well, you know, Savannah is actually pretty spiritual. I'm not sure that she would have written the message.
No, she's spiritual.
Yeah, the message
she's very spiritual. Yeah. She wrote a whole book about faith.
Yeah.
But the phraseology out of the quote, a verse of Isaiah for all time, for all of us.
You know what that also could be? Is for her mom. Because mom is very faithful. Mom goes to church, and that might have been something. Again, if we are to believe that this ransom effort is even true, I have my serious doubts about it. And yesterday, the FBI said something in the press conference that I picked up on very quickly. They were asked about the deadlines, the second deadline, and the FBI agent said in a normal kidnapping case, there would be contact by now. They have to take it seriously. And it's why it's prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. And the guy that they pulled in California is going to have the book thrown at him. I think it's 8 to 10 as a minimum there for prison, because it is.
Just FYI, for those who didn't listen to AM Update, there was a separate man who was arrested this morning or yesterday morning for demanding a ransom of Annie and Tomas.
I am recording it and uploading it so we can zoom in. Okay. Give me just 2 minutes and we'll watch the new one. It's very short, but I want us to be able to zoom in on it.
A text message and also made a 9-second phone call to some member of the Guthrie family who was just a fraudster. He had nothing to do with the other ransom notes per law enforcement, nor with this case at all, we believe. He was just trying to glom on to someone's tragedy and torture the family further, and he's now under arrest. Keep going.
Yeah, this Derek Calleja, I don't know, Callella, allegedly now charged in this. And very seriously, too, that's interstate commerce when you use the lines like that, using email, using phone lines to cross state lines, and also interfering with law enforcement. There's all sorts of things that could throw the book at him for that. But I would without question expect some prison time for this guy if he's guilty of these crimes. But, to hear in the other notes, because it's a little complicated, right? There's a note to TMZ, there's an email. There's an email to TMZ, there's emails to 2 television stations that are local in Arizona, and then there's this one that was communicated directly to the family and communicated directly to Savannah's sister Annie and her husband Tomaso. So, that is fascinating to hear that.
Wait. There's one that was, are they talking about the request for money here?
Television stations that are local in Arizona, and then there's this one that was communicated directly to the family and communicated directly to Savannah's sister Annie and her husband Tomaso. So that is fascinating to hear, though, that they are focusing on
We've got the new message right here.
Ransom notes, but they also indicated, not very clearly, but slightly clearly in the press conference, that those 3 that went to the outlets seem to be from the same person. And they noted a couple of things.
Yes, and they did for the first time say that they're identical. For the first time, the FBI confirmed in response to a question that it is the same note. Jim Fitzgerald, who's been on with us every day, formerly of the FBI, has said that's the one thing he really wanted to know was it exactly the same? Or could there have been like some sort of a copycat, or did they for some reason?
I got my question.
Okay, we can come back to that. Here is the new video that Savannah just put out.
We received your message and we understand.
Wait, so did they get contact with the kidnapper? We received your message and we understand. Now they're all arm in arm in this one. The 3 siblings. All right, guys, here we go.
We beg you now to return our mother to us so that we can celebrate with her. This is the only way we will have peace. This is very valuable to us, and we will pay. We received your message, and we understand. We beg you now to return our mother to us so that we can celebrate with her. This is the only way we will have peace. This is very valuable to us, and we will pay.
Well, they're saying they'll pay. I know. I'm looking at all of them, y'all. This is crazy. This is effing crazy. They're saying they got a message, though, yo.
We received your message, and we understand. We beg you now to return our mother to us so that we can celebrate with her. This is the only way we will have peace. This is very valuable to us, and we will pay.
This is very valuable to us, and we will pay. I don't know what to think, you guys. This is crazy. I think we need to do a call-in show on this. I need to hear from you guys.
We received your message, and we understand. We beg you now to return our mother to us so that we can celebrate with her. This is the only way we will have peace. This is very valuable to us, and we will pay. We received your message, and we understand. We beg you now to return our mother to us so that we can celebrate with her. This is the only way we will have peace. This is very valuable to us, and we will pay.
Celebrate, valuable. Are they in contact? This is very valuable to us, not she is very valuable. So we can celebrate with her. Celebration of life. It didn't say they had proof of life, you guys. Can I put captions on a short? Sure can. Okay, here we go. I like captions. Do you think that their seating arrangement is interesting? It is effing weird. They look really sad. I agree with that.
We received your message and we understand. We beg you now to return our mother to us so that we can celebrate with her. This is the only way we will have peace. This is very valuable to us, and we will pay. We received your message.
We received your message and we understand. Right. What do they understand? And it just says at the bottom, bring her home, period. Look. It just says, bring her home. She's definitely looking at a script. Where's her brother-in-law though? Why isn't he there with his wife? I wish we could see more of them. If they're together, is Tommaso with them?
And we understand. We beg you now to return our mother to us so that we can celebrate with her. This is the only way we will have peace.
This is the only way we will have peace.
Very valuable to us, and we will pay.
They look so tired, and I mean Savannah looks wrecked. I'm so sorry. Sorry about that. He's hiding allegedly. Hello, Heather LL. Hey, Emmy Joe. Good to see you, girl. She puts her head down when she says, this is the only way we will have peace. I don't know, man. You guys think that they know she's not with them anymore? Or are they just tired? Defeated. That's a good word. So we can celebrate with her. No one has seen him anywhere, huh? But we had a light turn on and off in his house yesterday. I agree. Savannah looks absolutely broken. She doesn't even have makeup on. Looks like her sister has lipstick on, though.
We received your message, and we understand. We beg.
Yep. When she says we received
you now.
We received your message and we understand. Sister almost breaks down crying. Sister almost breaks down crying. Watch.
To return our mother to us so that we can celebrate with her. This is the only way we will have peace. This is very valuable to us, and we will pay. We received your message, and we understand.
See, she's about to cry. So they did receive a message, but that's not being reported in the media from what I see. It's very sad. Bisca, you don't know if it's fake tears. Remember, Ashley Banfield, if you believe her reporting, she didn't say that Annie did anything. She said the prime suspect was the brother-in-law. She didn't say the sister was the prime suspect. So it doesn't mean Brother nods when she says they'll pay. All right, let's watch again.
We beg you now to return our mother to us so that we can celebrate with her. This is the only way we will have peace. This is very valuable to us, and we will pay. We received your message, and we understand. We beg you now to return our mother to us so that we can celebrate with her. This is the only way we will have peace. This is very valuable to us, and we will pay.
Yeah, he does. He slightly nods at the end. This came out 10 minutes ago. I did. Yeah, I did hear about his bandmate, but did you know that his other bandmate is a federal prosecutor? That sounds like some shady shit, guys. That sounds like some shady shit. You've got one band member with a huge rap sheet, and then you've got another band member that's a federal, or sorry, not prosecutor, federal defender. A federal defender? Do you guys think that's freaking weird? Hit the like button if you think that is weird. No, this is from today. You think they're going to pay the money? You think they're wanting to pay to get her body? Why would they think she's dead now, though? Because they have the first deadline passed yesterday. The second deadline is Monday, but we don't know what the terms were. Don't you think that's weird, though, that you would have a band member that's got a rap sheet and another one that's a federal defender? That's fucking weird. I think that's kind of weird. I mean, how many federal defenders do you know that hang out with criminals? I don't know. Why would you put LOL, Mari? It's not funny. I'm being serious.
We received your message, and we understand. We beg you now to return our mother to us so that we can celebrate with her. This is the only way we will have peace. This is very valuable to us, and we will pay.
And we will pay at the very end. And we will pay. Yep, she's got her. Let's look at their. Because I noticed yesterday, like Savannah, look at her brother is even reaching over. I don't know where his other arm is, but he's reaching with his right hand, holding Savannah's hand, and then her sister, kind of like Savannah's hand is draped over hers. But it's interesting how she's kind of on an, like, I don't know. Maybe I'm picking it apart too much, but isn't that, I mean, this is the weirdest thing I've probably ever seen. They never got proof of life, right? They said celebrate knowing their mom is without her meds. The only way we will have peace, right? Like closure. No, the sister's hand is right here. Wait. Right here. I don't know what brother is doing back here. I don't know what he's doing, but they're holding hands. Her hand is draped over hers like it was yesterday. Her other hand's between her legs here. Yeah, is any of that in Silence of the Lambs? Good question. Can you get transcripts from a short?
We received your message, and we understand. We beg you now to return our mother to us so that we can celebrate with her. This is the only way we will have peace. This is very valuable to us, and we will pay. We received your message, and we understand. We beg you now to return our mother to us so that we can celebrate with her. This is the only way we will have peace. This is very valuable to us, and we will pay.
Okay, so what do you guys think of this celebration word? Let's tackle that first. The tone is very different, says Big Pop. Miss Marshall says there's hope. Cops with maps. Now this message. They say celebrate with her, not celebrate her. Jammers says tactical analysis. It establishes the captors as the alpha in the dynamic, which can temporarily de-escalate a volatile subject by feeding their need for control. So maybe they got an angry message. Her birthday was February 3rd. So she's been missing over her birthday. Do we know that for sure? It also confirms the family's desperation. That's a risk, which might encourage the captors to increase their demands, believing they haven't yet hit the ceiling of what the family will do. They got proof of life and Nancy was talking about her birthday. The news just didn't receive it. Think of that, you guys. Listen again.
We received your message, and we understand. We beg you now to return our mother to us so that we can celebrate with her. This is the only way we will have peace. This is very valuable to us, and we will pay.
Celebrate her birthday with her. If she went missing and then her birthday. Oh, Dread Lover. She was born January 27th, 1942. Where'd you guys get birthday on February 3rd from? I have to look it up myself. What is Nancy Guthrie's birthday? January 27th, 1942. So whoever said that, you were wrong. You was wrong. I don't know, where'd you guys get that from? Well, they could be broken because their mom's been allegedly held captive for a week. I don't think it necessarily means that she's dead, but we don't know what they said they would do after the first deadline.
We received your message, and we understand. We beg you now to return our mother to us so that we can celebrate with her. This is the only way we will have peace. This is very valuable to us, and we will pay.
She went missing the night of January 31st. Sherry thinks they got proof, very stern and scary proof. Someone reported that they said they would kill her. Yeah, the brother's military. He's probably very stoic all the time.
We received your message, and we understand. We beg you now to return our mother to us so that we can celebrate with her. This is the only way we will have peace. This is very valuable to us, and we will pay.
It's very serious to me. So is anybody reporting on this? Do we have anything new from anybody? Is Megyn Kelly going to come out of the woodwork? Like, what's going on? Is anybody talking about this live? Let me check. NBC. Do you guys see anybody talking about this? A lot are over analyzing her words. Yeah, I'm just wondering what, any experts are saying about this. They all look destroyed to me. She's supposed to be at the Olympics, hosting the Olympics. I don't know. What does Brother's hat say? Did anyone ever figure that out? A lot of you are saying they know she's gone.
You don't hold account.
Let's see. And Jeanette has a live set up. It says Savannah Guthrie's siblings respond to new note about Nancy. Let me see. Nancy. See, I'm getting all confused because it says a day ago they were given a new deadline. Second ransom note. There's been 3. I should probably go over to X, actually. All right, let's finish out Megyn. Excuse me. Let's finish out Megyn and Ashley. We only have a few more minutes left of this, and then we'll head over to X and see what's being reported over there.
The FBI yesterday said all 3 the same.
I have my questions about the details in them as well, because there were details released yesterday about floodlights, broken floodlights potentially.
Wait, stand by. I definitely want to get into that. I do, but let me just finish up on the messaging from the family. Then I want to talk about your exclusive reporting, and then I definitely want to get into these notes because they're very interesting. One other thing on the messaging, we noticed that the family, I think, is being very disciplined on exactly what it says and how it says it. We talked yesterday about how very clearly Savannah Guthrie knows how to speak at ease, directly to camera, unscripted. She chose not to do that. Quite clearly, they're being really careful about if somebody's got her, not triggering him, saying what needs to be said to reach him in the best way possible to actually get a response. They're desperate. You can see in the family's messaging for interaction with this person if he exists and has their mom. Yeah, proof exactly. They want proof of life, and they're desperate to have a communication because very clearly, Harvey Levin made this clear yesterday on various appearances. The ransom note said Thursday night is your first deadline, and Harvey suggested Monday is your second deadline. And it certainly sounds like if they didn't meet the Thursday night deadline, the price was going up,
or the consequences.
And by Monday was
the price or the consequence,
some sort of negative consequence. And then by Monday they were suggesting, without saying it, that's when they said. That would be the end for her. That was the clear implication. International disputes.
Okay, so we finished that. Let's go back over to X. We've got a few things over here that we can take a look-see at really quick. This says an article. Hang on, let me make it bigger so you guys can see better. Article that just came out in the Sun is alleging that the church Nancy attends reached out to authorities to let them know that she hasn't attended in person since 2020. They are saying that she attends their virtual service. So now the, quote, concern call to the family about her not being there is incredibly suspicious. It makes me wonder if that's what triggered the look into the sister and brother-in-law that was reported yesterday. I realize the son isn't the best source, but that detail would make sense why they would shift focus like that. This whole thing is just so sad. I pray she's okay. So that was where that came from, was the son. In 2022, Nancy Guthrie posted her first photo as a view from my kitchen. The second photo appears to be facing the front of the home. This is from Nerdy Addict on X. Hold on. Bear with me. So there's the front, and there's the back. This person caught a hummingbird at the window. Look at, guys, look. That's Nancy's window this morning. Then we have our final update that is new from JLR, and he says, media circus still going on outside Nancy Guthrie's home. So he's back over at Nancy's. He's gone from Annie's back to Nancy's. And here's some photos. This is crazy. And this is going to keep growing every day. Nuts. So from that view that we just saw out her front, that's the intersection right here. When we looked out her front, that Facebook picture, that's looking at this intersection here. There was one with a butterfly. I saw it. I think Fox News is live on YouTube, or it really is sad, you guys. Ugh. I don't know. We might have gotten all of our updates right now. I know, isn't the hummingbird cute? It's really sad. Trying to think. Here, let's watch this one.
I will say the letter begins by saying she is...
Okay. This is more info from Harvey about the letter.
I will say the letter begins by saying she is safe but scared. And they go on to say...
So was that the first one? She's safe but scared? Then the deadline passed? I'm getting confused now in my timeline of all these notes or these texts, and then we had the fake guy. Sandwich Paddington, I know he does, and he also is another bandmate that's a federal defender in federal court. This is not old. This was yesterday. He's giving more information on Hannity. If I haven't seen this Hannity one.
She knows exactly what the demand is.
New shocking details have been revealed about the purported Nancy Guthrie ransom note by TMZ boss Harvey Levin, which was sent to the outlet 2 days after Savannah Guthrie's mom was reported missing. Levin told Fox News' Sean Hannity that the note highlighted insider details about her suspected abduction, including information about her Apple Watch and a damaged floodlight at her $1 million home. Days earlier, TMZ reported that the note provided a deadline for the ransom payment.
Should we redirect over to Anjanette? Let's do it. Because I think we've covered everything I wanted to cover. I'll come back, though, tomorrow. We will definitely... I'll be saving updates tonight. But I'm going to go ahead and... Anjanette has some guests. This should be really interesting. So if she has it turned on, I'm going to try to redirect to Anjanette Levy. Just give me a second. We'll see if it works. Because she's got some guys on there. They must be like LE. And I like her. I like her and I like Ashley. So I'll give you guys the link to Anjanette. You guys can go over there and watch that. The interview room has been doing some really good coverage as well. Here's the link to Anjanette's. You guys want to head over there? I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for your support today. I couldn't do it without you. Mwah! Thank you. Let's end our poll. I want to see what you guys said. Thank you for all your support. We're going to roll our credits really fast so I can thank all of you, each and every one. 83% of you think that Nancy knows her kidnapper. 17% do not. 4.3 thousand votes. Woohoo! You guys are awesome. Awesome. I love you so much. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. And if you don't get redirected to Anjanette, again, here is Anjanette's linky. Bye, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And thank you to JLR for the great coverage. See you guys tomorrow.